I sneezed the other day and my gooch cramped. And I was fucking at work as well. I was in the middle of the shop floor, like sumo squatting, trying to fucking stretch it out. Fuck knows.
Welcome to All the Scottish Trouble Queensland.
Welcome back. If you're back,
There we go.
there we go.
There we go. That's how we start every episode. Yeah, I don't know why he sings it every week.
It's not. I don't sing it. I just say it.
No, but you
I could
sing it like really
it's-
cheerful.
yeah.
Like, it's like,
It sounded a
"Welcome
bit
back.
singy, to be
If
fair.
you're
Well, I'm
back."
happy to be
Yeah.
back.
Oh, that's very cute.
We haven't done it for so long.
That's so sweet.
This week we have a guest.
We have Jon Aldridge.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad, mate. Thank you for having me.
That's all right, mate. This is a crazy motherfucker. Does everything and anything that's a nutty sport. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's done it. Dabbled in it.
Yeah, I think, there's not much ridiculous sports
I
that I
like
haven't
it.
done.
I tell a lot of people about you, to be fair. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know a guy, he like used to do
Riddled
like...
with autism.
Yeah.
Weaponised.
Same, everyone knows. Everyone's like, sweet. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, he used to do like MMA, like...
Yeah.
What else have you done? You've done crazy shit.
Jeez. MMA. Then I was a strongman first. Then an ultra runner.
Yeah, that was
The
a,
old
that was a
ultra
crazy... I remember
marathons.
following you on that. That was fucking
Yeah.
mad mileage.
And now back to strongman. Because, my body hasn't taken enough abuse yet.
Yeah.
So who wants to get old?
Yeah, start picking heavy shit up again.
Yeah, back to all that, yeah.
It's mad, like seeing like your body go like massive
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
thin again
yeah.
and then like massive.
Yeah, well, I think my first MMA fight was at heavyweight.
Yeah.
And I was 21 stone, but it was
What's
like...
that in kilos? Like,
Oh, fuck knows, probably 140, something like that, I think.
that's heavy.
But it was an obese 21 stone.
Yeah,
let's
It
put
weren't like a
that,
muscle.
that's being gentle.
Yeah.
I looked more like a professional darts player than an MMA fighter. And then, second fight was a light heavyweight, which is 14 stone. I don't know what that is in kilos.
Fuck,
But it was
nice.
about 7 stone loss. Third fight was at the same weight because I got lazy then and didn't drop any more. And then,
What do you reckon would be your weight? Like, if you were like going to do it now, because obviously I know you're like,
Oh, at the MMA.
you'd be like, if you were like fully in, like,
Yeah,
what would you be?
if at the time the plan was to be professional and stuff, and that would have been at middleweight,
Yeah,
which is, I think is like 13 stone
yeah, it's
something.
like 185, I think.
That, yeah,
Something like
185. Yeah,
185,
yeah, for the Yanks and that. Yeah,
Yeah.
185
yeah.
pounds.
So that's just how I know all
yeah,
of the divisions.
from
So I'm
watching it
like,
and that, yeah, 185.
yeah, 185. So
But luckily I never had to go that low.
yeah,
But and then rocketed back up to 21 stone for the strongman. But this time it was a very different 21 stone than the fat 21 stone.
Do you find is it easier to lift the heavy shit being just big rather than toned, muscly?
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the events as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I take it you've seen it on
Seen
TV.
like World's Strongest
Like
Man
Christmas
stuff.
things
You know,
like that.
yeah, all of them
Yeah.
ones.
yeah.
When you
Right,
have your
yes.
things like the truck pull,
Yeah.
deadlifts, things like that, the old saying is mass moves mass.
Yeah.
So yeah, the bigger guys
bulking
tend, like you can move a truck just by leaning into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you're heavy enough.
yeah.
Before you even start walking, do you know what I mean?
We would never know.
I'm not posting shit over. I struggle with a bicycle, I think.
Just lean into the
Yeah,
scooter.
that's it.
But yeah, and then like this event, this competition that I've just done, there was a lot of medleys, which is the fancy word for almost like a race.
Right.
It's like instead of as heavy as you can go,
It's more
almost
timings.
timed.
Yeah, yeah.
Or there's 4 or 5 different things you have to lift, and
Yeah.
who does it the quickest. Then obviously
You got
the
to try
bigger
and trim it
guy,
down a
they
bit.
start breathing out their arse. So you got to find that
Yeah,
sort
the
of sweet
balance
spot,
in the two.
or tailor it to whatever competition you got coming up, sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose. How long would you like do before a comp? Like start getting ready for it.
It's
Like if you're looking for
Obviously-
like a comp now, like a new one, like what are
Yeah.
you sort of looking for? Like
obviously
time,
now it would be easier because I'm already sort of
in shape.
as not exactly in shape,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like that sort of saying,
Yeah.
sort of match fit or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Then it would just be tailoring, and maybe, I could go again in a few weeks, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But from like this one, it was like my first one back. I pretty much was only at the gym, sort of just trying to get a bit of shape back, and then thought, oh fuck it, like
just go.
I enjoy being big and strong, sort of thing. And then like getting back into strongman, it was probably 8 to 10 weeks, I think.
That's not too bad.
From cold, like, just dicking about in the gym.
Yeah, I remember you sort of saying about going like on your story and like Instagram.
Yeah,
you put about that sort of like kind of you're going to do it again. I was just like, oh, fair play. And then like before I knew it, it was like last weekend or whatever, and I was just like, fucking yeah, fair. Like, I was mad seeing that.
I think I sort of peaked 1 or 2 weeks too early. I think.
Nah, do you reckon?
Yeah, the last 2 weeks of training were proper shit.
Really?
Probably the worst and weakest I'd been in the whole run up.
Yeah.
But you don't know these things until you're already 7-8 weeks deep.
So you're going to be able to use that like next time, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just now you know.
Yeah, exactly. And this, obviously, the things that go into strongman as well, all that sort of the performance enhancing drug side, that was all sort of 0 to 100.
Yeah.
That starts taking its toll.
Yeah.
After 8 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
Is everybody doing that stuff?
I would say, yeah, pretty much.
You're not regulated at all in these competitions?
I think at Worlds they do drug tests.
Yeah.
But it's more for like party drugs, as weird as it sounds. Like
coke and shit.
Yeah. I think have you heard of Mariusz Pudzianowski?
Yeah.
I think he got caught years and years ago, but it was for coke.
Oh.
Because if they was to test for steroids, there'd be no one in it.
Yeah.
But steroids it's a massive part of everything now. Yeah. I think.
I'd say, is there a strongman competition where they do drugs testing and it's all natural?
Probably.
There's probably,
I don't know. There's probably not many people watching it.
Yeah. Just a bunch of guys our size.
They're rather than picking up like 100 kilo stones, they're picking up like 30 kilogram ones. It's not as exciting, is it? It's like
bag of plaster on the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just film. It's just CCTV from B&Q. It's just like watching people pick up gravel or that. It's like,
it's the strongest guy at B&Q.
Yeah.
No, I think more powerlifting is more tested. There's some like high up federations that are tested and things like that.
It's in like the Olympics now.
Powerlifting. Is if you want to stay drug free, would be your better option.
How does powerlifting work? Is it like they just keep adding weight until someone can't do it, or is it?
I don't know. I think I've never done a powerlifting meet, but I think you sort of choose. Obviously, you have squat, bench, and deadlift in like a competition. That's all powerlifters do in like on a day of a competition. And I think you have to choose your lifts. So you have to say my first deadlift will be 200 kilos. Yeah. My second one will be da. I don't know if you get to choose like each round. So if someone pulls 300, you can then say
I can do.
310. Yeah. I don't really know how it works, but I know you have to choose. It doesn't just keep going. I think every lift you pretty much get 3 goes.
Yeah.
And if you bomb out or fuck up,
you're
done sort of thing. Yeah. It's not like
it's a bit of like mad
sliding
pressure,
scale where you just keep on going to see. You literally have to see. So like if one guy goes a bit too heavy and fucks up, you then haven't got to push as much.
Yeah, you just got to get just under that.
You know then. Yeah. But then I don't know how they choose who goes when. Powerlifting is I've got a few mates that are into it, but it doesn't really interest me. But it's a very weird sport.
Yeah.
So is strongman, to be fair, but yeah.
No, strongman's entertaining though.
That's the thing as well.
You go back watching all that stuff on the telly.
Yeah, man. I used to watch it all the time at Christmas.
Everyone
loved
did.
it. Yeah, it was just wicked.
It was most people grew up with their dads watching it at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because it actually happens
before.
Is it like happened like now?
It's already happened.
Yeah, it's happened this year already.
Yeah, I think it's like March or something like that.
There's a Canadian geezer on it this year.
Yeah, Mitch Hooper. Yeah. Again, not a very particularly big guy, not a 30 stone monster like some of them.
Yeah.
I think he's about my weight. I think he was 140 kilos. So he's about 21 stone. He's obviously not a small guy.
Yeah.
And I think he's like 6'4".
Yeah.
So he's a monster of a bloke. Do you know what I mean? He'd turn heads wherever he goes. But in terms of like actual strongmen, when you got like the Stoltmans, Brian Shaw, they're like 6'8", 4, like the mountain. 6'8", 6'9".
He's like 6'9", isn't he?
Yeah, and like 28 stone or something.
He's fucking lean
they're
as
like
fuck as well.
Real life giants, aren't they?
Yeah. It's insane. I'm like, that's like, how can you get to that size and shape? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Like a genetic
freak.
I mean, Brian Shaw is as well.
Yeah, well, they all are, to be fair.
Yeah,
anyone that big, you're like, that's fucking a joke.
Yeah, because it's so far above.
You sort of remember seeing some of like the smaller guys on the competitions, and you're like, oh, he's tiny compared to the other ones, but like, I still imagine if you stood next to him,
exactly.
He'd still be like,
huge.
oh, fucking hell,
he would
massive.
still be the biggest guy at whatever gym you go
100%.
to, or whatever. It's just when you go to these places and all these big guys are grouped together,
but they look small.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm used to walking into my little 24-hour gym, turning heads.
Yeah.
People look at me like I'm Godzilla.
Yeah, like a giant.
I can deadlift like 280 or whatever. You go to like a proper strongman place and you are fuck off.
Get that fucking ego death.
Yeah, you're like the water boy. Like, people wouldn't watch you twice deadlifting 280 in some of these places. That's like someone's warm-up set.
That's a joke, isn't it?
Whereas I literally think when I squatted 200 a few months ago, in the video you see everyone stop and turn around and watch. You think, I've got
There was that girl on the bench and her boyfriend was like spotting it. And she's just like,
it was
like looking at you.
It was like commercial, like the whole gym like stopped. Like, you know, in the old in the westerns when the music screeches shut, and, like, everyone turns around. It was like that.
You should have put that music behind it.
Like the old piano stuff. But I've got mates that's like their first warm up set.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, isn't it?
It's mental.
Who's like the most monstrous guy that you've like competed against or trained with? Like, has anyone gone on that you know who's gone on to like bigger things like world stage stuff?
No, the first guy I ever competed against, my first competition, the first event, was me and him in the log press. It was a guy called Matt Cole, and I think he's now the best guy in England under 105 or something like that. And I think he holds the world record for like the farmer's carry, something ridiculous. I don't even know what it is to do him justice, but that was the first guy I ever competed against, and he's now like the best in the country, sort of thing. That's the thing I've never sort of gone to an easy competition.
You've always gone hard.
My first ever competition was Kent's Strongest Man, which is obviously the best in the area, sort of thing. You get a lot of guys who probably shouldn't still be novices. That won
still
them.
there.
I remember coming down. I come down to the Gravesend one, and it was like there was a couple of guys there. And I remember you saying you were like, that guy's like.
You ask them, and they say, I've been training for 10 years. This is my 11th competition. If you fuck me, I've been training a year, and this is my first competition. Like, why the fuck are we in the same category?
Where's the joy in that though? Like for them.
Well, I was gonna say this is sort of the same with like Sunday League football. We get a load of lads who play like Kent. They get paid to play. And then on a Sunday they'll turn up all on the same team. Just to come and win a division on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, where's
you
the
get
fun
it
in that?
Every sport.
Yeah.
Like when I was in the MMA days, you go to like jiu-jitsu competitions, you'd be in the white belt division and there'd be a bloke that should be a blue or but they're held back or they want to be held back. It's called sandbagging in jiu-jitsu. I don't know what it's called anything else, but you just tell these guys ain't. But you would think, where's the honour in that?
Yeah, it's just shit, isn't it? Like,
but they don't seem to give a fuck. They'll just come in and scoot their medals up all day, mate.
They're like the silverware like the silverware on the wall, didn't they?
It's on silverware on Instagram. That's what I'm saying. It's all social media.
Yeah. Especially nowadays.
Yeah. Because they can just take a photo of the medal and be like, look, I won. And everyone's like, oh, that's amazing.
No
rather than, look, I competed in a really hard competition and I got my ass kicked, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get better or whatever. It's like, none of that. It's all like, look at me, I won again. Bullshit.
Especially these competitions, like the strongman things. I think there was like 12 guys in this one. Kent's, there was 20 something in. I think the one you come to, there was 20 something in my division.
There's such a big boys there.
Such a big pool as well. There's going to be a couple of arseholes that sneak in. Do you know what I mean? At least in like the MMA and the jiu-jitsu and stuff, or MMA especially, it's sort of it's you and another bloke. And sort of there's
you can.
Just go at it.
Unless the guy's been in the UFC or whatever. It's going to be sort of similar. So I mean, you can get guys from better gyms and stuff like that. But it's hard. It's hard to do that sandbagging and
so much.
You'll get found out pretty quick, I think.
Yeah. Or the promoters don't. The promoters always have their favourites. There was always guys that the guy who promoted the thing liked, and you think, fucking hell, why is it happens in the UFC? Do you know what I mean? You get some guy,
you get someone who's fast track through.
Why the fuck is he fighting him? Like, you know what's going to happen before it's happened.
It's just totting up the wins.
Or like the guys on like the retirement fights. They get lined instead of like another sort of veteran. they get some up and comer 20 and
you're
0
like, why?
guy
You're
just going to blast through in a minute and a half. Like,
and then they just cry their eyes out in the middle of it. You're like, why? This is sad. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think Frankie Edgar's.
Yeah, like that was horrible, man.
That was like flying need into
oblivion. That was a fucking horrific knockout. And like at any point in a career, that is a bad knockout. It was like right at the end.
His missus and kids crying. It's like in his hometown because this is retirement.
I'm sure. I'm sure he said he doesn't usually have his wife and kids there, but it's because it was his retirement fight, and he gets fucking knee to the head, and he's just out. Like
crazy, mate. It's so bad.
Madness. I could never do that.
I don't know. Then is it his fault for saying yes? And
that's the thing. Like they've still accepted the fight, and they've signed their name on it.
Do you still have that confidence? And
I suppose it's just one of them things. If you get the win, like you're probably always going to think in the back of your head, I could clip him, or I could get him, or I could do something. So you're like, if I get it, like, what a way to go out. Like that's probably what they're thinking.
I think it's that competitive.
They don't want to give up on it, do they?
That you all sort of have. Especially if you compete in them sort of things, do you know what I mean?
Like you got to get in your own head though when you're done with it, haven't you? Like, you don't suppose you really get it too much in football. Like players tend to know, like the coaches will drop them, wouldn't they? Like they start getting a bit old, they've made a few mistakes, they're getting a bit slow. Unless someone's adapted their game in a really good way, they're not going to stay in the top team, so they start dropping down the divisions. So they can't, they won't carry on playing in the Premier League till they're 45. Do you know, if they are still playing, they'll be playing probably non-league by that point, apart from the odd special person. But
especially with football, you'd like to think they've made that money and can dip out then.
That's it. I don't know, other things like road racing and stuff, the guys still keep going till they're fucking.
I suppose because it is like hard on the body, but like the adrenaline you're probably getting while you're doing it, like you won't feel.
And also experience helps when you're racing, like knowing a circuit, like the TT. The more laps you've done around there, you're still going to know how to get around there fucking quick. Like you look like John McGuinness, he's like, how old is he now? Like 45, 46, 47, something like that.
Old. Yeah, like
old
for a sports road race. Yeah.
But like we're all used to him winning, and he's finishing like 6th, 7th, 8th now. Like that's still fucking mad. Finish the top 10 in the race, but it's purely his experience just dragging him on through. Yeah. A lot of people are going, why is he still doing it? It's so dangerous. Like why is he still doing it? Obviously, he still loves it, but he's obviously still good at it. But I think in like more your top flight sports, like MotoGP and stuff, they wouldn't get a seat if they get too old. Like even Valentino Rossi, like the greatest of all time, he just got too old. He didn't get the best bikes, and eventually he just like had to bow out. There was no way he could have stayed there doing it. So I think in them sorts of sports, you wouldn't get sandbagging as such, because otherwise you'll never make it.
I suppose. It
sounds like a short window as well. I don't really get the sandbagging thing. Like you've got like a short window of being like athletically able, really, like 20 years or whatever, say, like to be in your prime.
Yeah, I mean, it changes from sport to sport, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's it. Like, like you said, like,
and even division to division, like in combat sports.
Yeah.
So, like, historically, it's like the heavier you are, the longer you can go, sort of thing, because it's less dependent on speed and agility and stuff.
You're not putting yourself through some mad cut and that as well, right? Like, you can kind of just...
That's mad when you see the fighters between fights. And you see what they actually look like. Yeah. Then you see them like on fight day, and you're like, oh my.
There's some people like on the scales. I'm like, that is fucking horrific. Yeah, like, that is so bad. Yeah. You're like, they are like so close to death. It's a joke. You're like, fucking, how is that healthy? Like
it's not.
Doing that 24 hours really before you're going to go and get your head kicked off. Like, what? Yeah, that seems
most
like a good
of that
idea.
water that they're cutting comes from like around your brain.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. All their organs and that are just fucked. It's like McGregor at 145. That is like he's just so.
What is he usually like?
Now
when he's not fighting, when he's just
he's probably 190 now, probably. I reckon he's a big boy
since he's jumped on.
Since he's been on the juice.
I told you, everyone's on
it. Yeah, probably. I love that he's like still like half denying it, and he's like not joined the USADA pool and that again. And everyone's like, "Bro, you're on." Like everyone knows, just say you're on it, and you don't want to go back to fight. Just it's fine. Like just fucking shut the fuck up.
Snapped your leg in half. Like no
one cares. Like, that's a rough one to come back from. Like just
such a weird. I don't know. There's such a weird stigma around steroids.
They've been around for a long time and had their use. It's like WWE and shit like that. Yeah. Like, all them guys are fucking.
But like even like I remember like growing up, like even watching all that, obviously knowing they were on like stuff. I didn't really understand it. Knew it was like something. Yeah. But like, but then there was always like that negative, like, oh, Chris Benoit, like roid rage, and it was always like, and then I was always like, man, steroids are awful. Why would you like? I get like wanting to be big, and then it's like, oh, it makes your dick really small, like just crazy shit. And it's like, oh fuck, and it's like, fuck that, I never want to do that. And then like, I remember joining like a gym group when I was like 18 on Facebook, and they were like quite open about it, like. not too open, obviously, because Facebook are Nazis, so they're like, get out. So, but yeah, like I learned so much. I was reading through, and I was like, oh fucking hell, there's like a mad science to this. Like, it's not just crazy. It's not just that I've got a stuff and I just go and then I'm massive. Like, there's a mad science, and you're like, oh fucking hell, like, I'd never even. You've still got to go to the gym. You've still got to work out. You've still got to eat properly. You've still got
just balloon otherwise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you don't
or just fuck all, man. I know so many guys.
You can tell the dudes that like inject and don't have their shit together because they just look weird. It's like a weird shape. They just get like spotty. Weird, spotty, and their shoulders look like a weird. They've always got traps. And they're just giant traps and like a bit flabby everywhere else. You're like, fucking hell.
Yeah, such a. I know guys that have jumped on and look no different at the end of 8 weeks. Just a bit spotty or a bit balder. Just
it's mad, isn't it?
Especially nowadays, it's such a just everywhere, and just the memes you see are all about trend and things like that. It's just I think there's probably more people that are on than aren't. Do you know what I mean? I think not being on them is more of a niche thing now. Like, it's
definitely more like noticeable in like gyms and that. Like, I go to like the JD one, so it's like a commercial thing. But like, you just go in and you can tell like some as soon as you look, you're like,
just stand out.
It's obvious, like, because amongst the rest of us, like mere mortals, we're like, it's fucking, it's obvious as fuck. And it's like, why is he training here? Like, he should be somewhere where there's like even better equipment. I like, and it's like he obviously just wants to walk in and be the biggest guy at the gym, and you're like, okay, fair play. Like, I would do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
There's no better feeling, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I bet.
Like, what's the shows where they just look big?
Oh, like
tan themselves all up.
Bodybuilders,
like Mr. Olympia. And
all
that
that's it. They always, some of them always look ridiculous. They look
I don't like
Johnny Bravo.
I don't like the
triangular.
New, they're like the new age. Like, they just look really puffy. Like, I prefer like Arnie, like that sort of era was
golden era.
Yeah, that's like that's the.
I think everyone prefers that.
Yeah.
It just looks more like. It doesn't look natural at all, but it looks more natural than it, like that sort of like shape. But now they're just like beefed up, and you're like, I can't see where that muscle starts and that one stops. It's just
now they are literally like mutants.
Yeah, it always just looks like they've got like water balloons growing on water balloons growing on water balloons inside one arm. You're like, you know, don't look healthy.
No, you see like the old videos of Arnie, like running about on the beach, fucking playing football with each other.
Yeah.
And you look at them nowadays, and they've all got like sleep apnea machines.
Fucked.
They can't. They fall over and tear their fucking hamstring off the bone because they're just like fit for nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, it has gone in a crazy direction. Well, as everything
always does.
Gets bigger progresses. In 20 years' time, I suppose these guys will be fuck all, and there'll be some new drug invented. And
it's mad how. Do you think it's mad how sports progress? Like, just everything from like running, how fast people run now. It just must be purely down to like obviously diet. It must be a little bit of evolution as well, surely. And like, that's all crazy. And then you've got your racing, like your bike racing, car racing. How the technology's moved on to how quick they're going around now compared to how they were before. Like everything, football even. Like even just the tactics behind football, how that's changed since like even the 90s and how it's progressed on from there. Like it's just mad how everything.
Yeah, everything
just forward.
Constantly evolves, doesn't it? Like when you look at the old UFCs and
that's what I was about to say. I know, like
one boxing glove on, and
like I know, like Rogan always brings it up, but there's no other sport that's that different 30 years ago. Like 30, you can watch football from 30 years ago, and it's football. Like it's still the same game. Basketball, same thing. It's the same thing. But UFC, you're like, what the fuck is this? It's like watching Tekken. Like it's mad. I love it. Yeah, like one shoe on, like a glove, and you just
literally you guy turned up with one boxing glove.
No rules.
Back in the day,
it was like you couldn't like. I think it was no groin strikes, eye gouge, and that was about it.
They could do groin strikes.
Oh, you could. Yeah, you could in the beginning.
Strikes,
there's
a couple of gems from UFC 3.
Someone's in an armbar and their defense is just punch the other guy in the dick. It worked.
I think that literally happened.
Yeah, it was, I can't remember who else. I have no idea who it was, but
I know it happened to. He was called Joe Sutton, I think, and he played not Odd Job, but you know in Austin Powers, the piss take of Odd Job.
Yeah.
The little Asian guy with the bowling sort of thing. That was him. It was him getting punched in the dick to get so the other guy could get out of a headlock.
That's amazing.
But you laugh now, but that guy, that Joe Sutton, actually got done for like multiple rapes or something.
Oh shit!
I think he's inside for like most of his life now. So a funny story turned out there. That got serious.
They're the
real
best
quick.
ones. Still fun.
At least he didn't kill his missus and his kids.
Yeah.
There is that. Yeah, but they might have been really fucking annoying.
Yeah, maybe. You know what they're like when they start nagging. I want to go to the park. No, fuck off. Take him to the park. No, I don't want to go to the park. Fuck's sake.
I've had enough. Cripple across faces all round.
Flying headbutts.
I was mad when I remember seeing that come out on the news. I was just like,
yeah,
fuck, that's bad.
Yeah, there's that's a fucking.
That definitely didn't help the fucking stigma behind it.
No, there was a lot of. Did you see that when they scanned his brain and things like that?
Yeah, all of the fucking
like the multiple concussions.
Yeah.
He had the brain of like a fucking 80-year-old with dementia or something. I think steroids probably didn't help.
Yeah,
but to
also,
blame it on steroids.
But also
ridiculous.
all of the bangs to the head, knocks to the head.
That's it. A lot of things were. I think the flying headbutt is banned now or something. You're not allowed to do it after that.
Who was we watching on Rogan? Was it Jericho saying about they used to cut themselves?
Oh no, that was it was I was listening to Steve Austin.
That was
podcast.
it.
No, it was Chris Jericho. It was Chris Jericho's podcast.
That's it. Yeah,
and he had Steve Austin on, and they were talking, and it was like,
is it blading or something?
Yeah, blading. It was. I kind of like. Whenever I thought about wrestling blood, I was like, it's obviously like a fake little capsule or something. I never really thought about like back in like when we first started watching
the good old days.
Good old days. I didn't want to say that. I don't want to sound too old.
During the war.
Yeah, fucking hell. I never really thought about it, but I was listening to the thing, and he's like, he pulled his thing out, and he tried to cut. He kept on getting like smashing into like the post. He kept on trying to cut, and it wouldn't cut. And Steve Austin was just like, he said, I think it was Kurt Angle he was with, and he was just like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, cut your fucking head. Like, it needs to bleed. Like, so he like smashing it again. It weren't working. He was like, give it here, and he took it. And like he was saying, he just literally dug it in. He was like, I could feel it pressing against my fucking skull, and he's twisting it, and he's just digging it, and then he just threw the blade away, and like then there's just like pouring out. And Steve Austin's like, that's better. And like threw him back in the ring, and like they just carried on like wrestling. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, you have to, and it like you raise your eyebrows.
Yeah, and it like
and then cut into like the creases that you get in your fucking forehead. Yeah, you get in between them lines so they don't stick out as much.
So as much as they said that like wrestling was fake.
Mate,
like the outcome maybe and the story was written obviously, but the abuse
they were wrestling. They were wrestling like 300 days a year. Like Hulk Hogan back in
Hulk Hogan, he was saying
300 days a year.
400. I think it 400 fights in his first year or something. He done 1 year.
Because he was like doubling on.
He was like doing some the same day.
And when they're out in Japan, that's like they're rough out there, and they all shoot wrestling. They make it look real. Like I think Hulk Hogan get like his arm broken.
Yeah, it's like fucking crazy shit.
I think he was saying that he's had 10 back surgeries or something.
Yeah.
And he's lost about
like his
4 or 5 inches of his height.
Yeah.
His spine's like it's just one thing.
It's just fused together.
It's fucking mad.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure he was saying he was like 6'7" or 6'8".
Yeah,
and now he's like 6'2" or 6'3" or something like that. Fucking mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely put their fucking bodies through the ring.
Mate.
Yeah, so it's fake, but they're throwing their fucking body off of a 10-foot pole and landing on like, it's padded. That's still gonna fucking hurt, man.
You know when they used to like, jump off the cages and stuff?
Oh, bro, like back like
and shit like that.
Yeah,
I used to love that. Like Jeff Hardy was my favourite. Like I fucking love Jeff Hardy. He'd jump off his toy, and I was like, that's mad. I watch that now, and I'm like, fucking hell, like it freaks me out. I'm like. Mate, like I'm just that's gonna hurt so much.
Don't you ever get it when you're at the top of a set of steps when you're at work and you just go, I reckon I could fucking jump off it.
I just stood there and I'm like,
swanton bomb off.
I'll cut my fingers off my gloves and I'm ready to go.
I'm one phone call away from just fucking going for it.
Them canteen tables, I'm always like, fucking put someone through that.
Yeah.
Easy. Spine
buster. You see the old fucking retards out in America, didn't you?
Yeah.
Caravans like diving off onto each other.
I love it when they go
that guy who just jumps into shit. He jumps like, off of a bench into just random shit, like barbed wire and shit.
Loads
of glass bottles. He just jumps into it, like does a flip into it, and you're just like, why? They're doing it for the likes, literally doing it for the likes. It's mental.
The thing is, the amount of money them cunts make.
I
would throw myself into some barbed wire for that much money. Like,
we was getting a bit annoyed about like the views and stuff on this. I was like, we're getting about 100 views on each episode. We're like, that's cool. I thought it would have grown a little bit by now. Like, nothing's growing. Like you're posting stuff, no one's like. I'm like, fuck, we need to do some crazy shit. We need to start posting some crazy shit out, man.
You need to start getting that Strongman on.
That's alright. Let me get John in. Come on, let's go.
Views will get cancelled.
Yeah, that's it. One of the two. We got cancelled from a Facebook group, didn't we?
Yeah, we did the one we called King Charles a non-sympathiser.
Which
isn't untrue.
No, I said that like fully like fact.
I
wasn't bullshitting.
No.
And,
I didn't say he's a nonce, so we don't know that yet.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know that, but we don't know that.
Well, we
yet.
do know that because Diana was about 13 when he met her, but we won't go there.
Yeah,
that's a bit of a crazy one. But yeah, we weren't allowed to post anything in that Facebook group. We posted an Instagram post up earlier about Rishi Sunak getting eaten by hippos, and we tried to post it. We posted it fine, and I went to go turn it into a story, and then it just disappeared. And he said, "Can I upload this video?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I think the hashtag fuck the elite agenda and World Economic Forum puppets wasn't like the best thing to maybe hashtag.
Yeah.
So we uploaded it again without that. And it's fine. Yeah.
Fuck.
Freedom of speech, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Rishi get eaten by a fucking hippo. I want to see it. Yeah. So what?
Pay my money.
Yeah. I'll pay good money for that. I'll pay good money for that, man. Him and fucking Sadiq Khan. That's all been kicking off this week with the old ULEZ stuff. You seen all that?
No, mate, no.
There's all these guys, they're called like the Blade Runners, and they're going around like cutting the cables on the cameras, spraying them with like expanding foam or paint or something, or just cutting things down completely.
Not fucking you, was it?
Not me. I've not done any yet.
Sounds like
but,
you know a lot about how they do this.
Yeah,
even chose a cool name.
I know my people. There's like some guy who had like 30 in his garage and stuff like that because he's just taking them. He's like, well, they're public property because we paid for it, so fuck them. He's just got them all there and that. But
fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. £12.50 to drive in London now.
Is it?
Yeah, because because the air's all polluted and shit like that. So it's not saying let's just ban all cars so that we've actually got like clean air. But you can still pollute the air, but you've got to pay your £12.50 first. Yeah,
privilege of it.
It's a bit like when they done like the 5p, 10p's for a carrier bag.
Oh yeah,
to save the turtles.
Yeah.
But you're not saving the turtles. You're just paying 10p to kill the fucking turtle.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's exactly the same thing. Fucking money grabbing bastards.
Yeah, it's all bollocks.
Fuck them all.
Hate them all.
Yeah, sorry, that was a that went
that's gonna
there.
that just
went off.
That shit gets me angry. I hate it. It's like,
well, maybe we can use that as a controversial clip, and that might get some more views.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Before we get cancelled.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I know I asked already, but like obviously without recording. But the competition last week, the week before.
Yeah, my big return.
Talk me to it. We'll go right through it this time. I was like, I asked you and then I was like, oh shit, I should have waited till there was other things. I was like, fuck.
There was other people.
Let's go through it.
You fucking idiot.
Till there was 100 people listening.
Yeah.
Not just one.
It's my first one back in 4 years. East Sussex, strongest man.
Was there a lot of competitors on this one?
Yeah, it was 12 in the novice group.
How many groups? Are you all
groups?
Different weights, or you?
Yeah, novice. Yeah, if you want to turn up and be 9 stone, mate.
Yeah,
God bless you.
Go for it. The next one.
I want to see that.
You said it's only 8 weeks training. I'll be there.
Fuck about and find out. But novice. You want to be 9 stone. You want to be 29 stone. It's up to you. Then you had like the smaller guys. There was like an under 90 division. I think there was an under 100, and then you get the opens, which is the big boys.
Yeah.
Like anyone could turn up. Like 4 or Mitch Hooper could turn up. Like, and like, if you're an open, you're an open. Do you know what I mean?
When in the under like 90 category, whatever, with the events, they just do like lower weights. Is that
yes,
mate?
They're tailored. Down? Yeah, so my mate was in the under 90s, and I think all his events were 10 kilos lighter than my events.
Yeah,
5-10 kilos, something like that. And obviously it's like a sliding scale.
Yeah.
Like the opens is obviously a bit more heavy. But yeah, obviously the run up when I decided to. I mean, you've seen it all on my Instagram. You've seen the whole shitstorm unfold for those unaware, and you. I signed up for this competition 4 years out. I thought, fuck it, let's get back into it. Yeah. Training's going well, feeling strong. Sign up for something, start knocking events, see how we get on, sort of thing. So I signed up for this competition. Obviously all the drugs increase.
Yeah. On
like a sliding scale. So you sort of don't burn out, sort of thing. You don't want to jump on straight away and you still got like 9 weeks left or whatever. Just hope that you survive. So training was going well. And then it was just the fucking worst what do you think, 8-9 weeks of my life, probably?
It's probably about that,
in the space of 8 or 9 weeks, mate, my life completely fucking changed. So our 15-year relationship ended.
Fuck.
Obviously the knock-on effect of that, like you're moving back home, sat there in my fucking childhood bedroom, do you know what I mean? There's still got fucking MMA stickers on the wall, like same
nostalgia.
Oh mate, it was fucking terrible.
That was the motivation for getting you back in.
Yeah, well, I literally moved back in with fuck all, mate. I didn't even have a TV in the room. Like the piss taken in the boys group chat. You can fucking imagine, mate.
I fucking love the boys, man.
Oh mate, there's no sympathy.
No, that's the best.
I was getting ribbed every fucking night. So yeah, that happened. Then my fucking dad died.
Oh, fucking hell.
So obviously, like, we're at the funeral, like pretending everything's alright, but really, like, we were split up already at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking hell.
So then I sort of, after the funeral, moved back home.
Yeah.
Which was good in a way. It was good timing. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, mum's fucking lonely.
Yeah.
I've moved back in. There's someone else to look after, like dad's dog, because he was like a big, like a large breed. It was like the Taylor and Hooch dog, for anyone that knows. So it's like
needs a lot of
60-kilo dog. It was like a fucking person. Do you know what I mean? So I felt like it was me that chose the way things happened anyway. So I was at ease with it.
Yeah.
Felt good. Felt like I should have been back there looking after mum and the dog.
Yeah.
And then probably 3 weeks after my dad died, my mum called me down, and the dog was dead out in the garden.
Fucking hell.
Mate, fuck me.
Wow.
I was stood over this fucking dog with my mum behind me crying. Because obviously she's thought I was his dad's dog. This is the last bit of him, do you know what I mean?
Of course.
And I was stood out in the garden over his body, mate, with my hands on my hips, just thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What more?
I remember you put it on your Instagram. I'd not long messaged you about like your old man and that, and then I saw that. I was like, "Fucking hell, man!"
And obviously, the size of him, no one else could do anything with him.
It was good training for you.
Yeah,
it was. Eventually,
as long as it weren't the sandbag one, because that was
walk, mate. Yeah. So I was trying to get sandbags. I should have just launched him 4 fucking gardens over. Let them deal with it. Good luck. But no, so I had to fucking ring my sister up. She come round with the motor, and I've had to fucking it was the dog was over 60 kilos, mate. So it literally was like an event. Scooping him up off the floor. It was
it's not just 60. It's not 60 kilos on a bar, is it? That's like it's moving. It's like
it was literally a dead weight.
Yeah.
But
so he weren't moving.
Yeah. He was. So I've had to scoop him up and fucking. I thought, it hurt my arm a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Because it was just a fucking awkward lift as well. And then obviously, because he's dead, he's fucking pissing everywhere.
Oh.
So I'm carrying my dead dad's dead dog, whilst he's just covering me and everything because he's fucking dying or he's dead. And I just thought, what the fuck is my life, mate? Like. Loading him into the back of the motor. I thought, I'm worried for anyone that knows me now. Because it's like a fucking film. Yeah. Like anyone around me or close to me is just fucking dropping me. There's going to be no can left.
It's a curse on
It's going to be like a fucking old western. I'm just going to walk off into the sunset, mate.
Why do you think I didn't message you for weeks, man? I was like, fuck that. That's bad juju, bro. I ain't getting involved in that one.
We'll leave off on that podcast. Fucking hell. Ass burns down.
Yeah, that's it. I'll wait a bit.
My heart's got a bit funny.
So yeah, it's just fucking. There's never been a worse run up to a competition, I don't think, in any sporting endeavour for anyone. I think. But yeah, it's just maybe in a way it was good that I had the competition come up.
I was going to say, do you think that helped, or was it a burden?
No, I think for me it helped. Yeah. I think a few things helped. There was the competition, and there was like a particular drug that guys use, and the thing you see all the memes about called Tren. Yeah, you see all the memes, and one of the side effects is that you become very like, just I would say emotionally dead.
Yeah, dead behind the eyes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not that all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was anyway. But yeah, I think in a weird way that probably helped. Yeah. because obviously one of the things in the group chat, all the guys are saying, I can't wait for Jon to come off trend, watch this implode, mate. All this shit he's got to deal with, all the gear and the
just get blocked out of the minute.
Just sort of iced over. Yeah. But no, I'm off trend now, and I think I've got away with it. So I don't know. I think there's a few things with the old man that are buried in that I just haven't dealt with, and probably won't. Do you know what I mean? But I did think then that I was talking to sort of the new girl that I'm seeing, and she asked me a question like, "Was you like close with your dad, and did you get on or something?" And I had to look out the fucking window, mate, because it was like, and then I thought, "Fuck,
it's got me."
They was right. Yeah. Like the trend's out. This new bird's asked me like one question about my dad. It's literally like we're on our way to like our second date, and I'm like welling up in the car next to her, like, this is not the time to be opening up to this new bird. Like, hold yourself together, for fuck's sake. And I'm like looking out the fucking window, like to turn my head away from her.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Proper.
You cried?
Mate, the boys were right. I'm going to end up fucking hanging off a fucking light fixture here. Like. But no, that was a couple of weeks ago, and I think I'm all good. It's just that sort of typical bloke thing. I'm just probably like she sort of noticed and just sort of changed it. And she said to me since like we will talk about this. Like this ain't over.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
she will
fuck
get
But no, it's I think I'm alright with it. I think it's been long enough. Do you know what I mean? I sort of kept myself busy enough, because it's like where everyone else was so upset. Obviously, you know my sister.
You're trying to support them as well.
Your mum, your sister. You see everyone else, and I just thought, there's no way up. What is me sitting here crying my eyes out with every other? Do you know what I mean? I'm now in a way the man of the house.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? We was at the hospital. They're telling us what happened.
Yeah.
Everyone's obviously in bits. Someone can't be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I
then had to like. My mum wanted my dad's watch. I've got to go and get his fucking watch. Like, it was just one of them things. Do you know what I mean? That I just thought, my grief will come whenever, later or not at all. Do you know what I mean? I've got to make sure everyone else is alright. And that was pretty much the way it happened. Do you know what I mean? At the funeral, I helped carry his coffin.
Yeah.
And just sort of sat there whilst everyone else was in bits. Do you know what I mean? Just made sure, like, my daughter was there.
Yeah.
And made sure she was alright, sort of thing. And that was it. I just sort of sat there and just sort of zoned out pretty much through the whole thing, and just sort of kept it together. And that's just the way it's been since. There hasn't been a break.
Yeah.
I haven't sat there on my own and
then like had like a chance to actually go like, okay.
Yeah. I don't particularly want to.
No, it's like
you don't want to dwell on it.
What you're going to gain.
I know nowadays it's the feeling.
Yeah, but you're not really going to gain much from it. I don't think.
That wasn't how he raised me.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we sort of same sort of thing. With, like our gramps was dying. He lived in Scotland. We got a phone call. I think it was like a Friday night, whatever it was. Gramps has gone to hospital. He was like, like how bad is? He's got a cold. He can't shift or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be working the next day. I was like, well, I'll go to work. Because I know that if I go up there and I get there and he's alright, he'll be like, what the fuck do you miss a day's work for? Sort of thing. So I was like, nah, but we ended up going up there and obviously the worst happened, but I was like, he still would have had a go at me for leaving work and going all the way up there, and he would have turned around and gone, fuck.
I say I had similar sort of, I know you're saying about like holding yourself together with that. Like that was the first time I've ever seen like dad cry properly. I was like, fucking out. Like, that was mad. So, I had like one little cry on the phone. Like I called my then girlfriend and called her, and like I was like, oh, we didn't make it. Like missed it. I had a little cry there, and then that was it. I haven't cried about it since. And it's like, I felt like weird at the funeral. I was like, I just felt a bit like not there. And then I was like, I didn't feel like sad or cry. Like, I was just like, I'm not there. I was like, it'll come at some point, and it's not.
And it just hasn't
really hit, and I'm like, I
think also as well, it's like, like you say, like the way that you've been brought up, like the way that they would think about it as well. You think, well, they wouldn't want me to.
He wouldn't want me to like dwell on it and be sad, and like it's not going to gain anything, is it? Like,
like he was one of these, just like, oh, no one would be at my funeral, just fucking burn me, scat and all that, and then fucking it was packed out. Packed out. He was like so much more popular than what he thought he was. It was just like he didn't want any fuss. He's just like, I'm just an old guy. No one cares about me, but obviously everyone did.
And that's. So, I mean,
it's nice as well, though.
Exactly. My old man's funeral was the same thing. All the guys, because he was always into the gym, so that's what sort of got me into it really.
When did you like sort of start like gym?
I started really late because I was always more interested in fighting and martial arts.
Okay. When did you start martial arts and stuff?
I think I was 3, 4.
Yeah, I know you said like you used to watch like VHS.
Yeah,
all of them on like the old school fights.
Like we used to travel to like different karate competitions. Yeah. And I mean, obviously back in them days, MMA wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
So the path was you went to karate because everyone went to karate back in them days. Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, everyone just did karate. Then when you got to a certain age, you moved up into kickboxing. Yeah. And then around the time I was doing kickboxing, I can't think I would have been a teenager by then. Yeah. And then this sort of, I remember it was like a catalogue that my dad had. It was like a bodybuilding, like a maxi muscle catalogue or something. Yeah. And at the very back, there was these VHS adverts for like this UFC 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. And the only reason I wanted them was because Ken Shamrock was on it. Oh yeah. And I loved Ken Shamrock in the WWE time it was. So we ordered them, or UFC 1 or whatever it was. We ordered one of them, and it turned up, and me and my dad sat down. My dad hated violence. Yeah. And or fighting rather, and we sat down to watch it. And he was just fucking mortified, mate. Like the first clip was like some guy getting kicked in the face, like his fucking tooth went flying, and there's some other Samoan guy getting headbutted into oblivion. I remember my dad looking at me and he said, "If I ever catch you doing this, you're in fucking trouble."
Oh shit!
And like fast forward like 10 years, or whatever, and he's sat cage side watching my first one, watching me fucking do it.
Did you ever bring that back up with him? Did you ever
yeah, all the time. But yeah, they fucking hated it, mate.
Yeah. Were you like hooked like from like straight away as soon as you watched it, or were you a bit like, what the fuck is this? And then
I think it was so. I don't even really remember the feeling of watching them first UFCs and not even knowing what you're watching.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's such a weird thing to think about because it's so just in everyone's lives now. Like even people, if you ask someone's mum, they've probably
they at least know of it.
Yeah. Whereas back then it was. Literally, even when I was fighting, if you said to someone you did MMA, they would go, "What's that?" Yeah, and they'd go, "Is that UFC stuff?" Yeah, like people thought, like,
the UFC was the thing, was MMA, the sport,
because that's all people knew, or knew at all. Like most people didn't have a fucking clue what you was on about.
Yeah, I just called it knees and elbows and shit.
Yeah, well, that stuff in the cage. That was literally
that cage shit.
Yeah,
it's like boxing, but more violent. Which is how most people say. It's like boxing, but they're allowed to kick as well. Like, okay.
Yeah. All right. It's more like a real.
Yeah.
It's an actual fight.
Proper fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I watch it when it's on. Like when you guys are watching it now, I'll sit and watch
if I have like the boys around the way, you'll sit up and watch it.
Yeah, and it's sick, and I love it. And I'm like,
and that's the other thing. We get shafted over here, don't we? Like 3 a.m. start.
Every weekend I'm up at 3 a.m. like watching it.
Oh man.
I set an alarm. I'll go to bed like 10 or whatever. Get a couple hours sleep, and then I set an alarm.
I'll just watch it the next morning.
Oh no, because I always wake up. And then I'll open my phone and be like, see the result. I'm like, oh, you cunt. And then I'm like, fuck.
I always get spoiled.
Or like, it'll be like, I'll be really busy through the day and I've not been able to catch up like at night. And I'm like, right, I'm going to just ignore everything. I've like turned off. I've deleted Instagram. I'm like, I'm not even going to see it. I'm like, this is fucking sick. And then I go onto the app and then straight away it's just like, so-and-so wins. You're like, what the fuck? I've avoided it for like 14 hours.
Is that like fucking BT Sport?
Yeah, because it's got like a spoiler-free tab. It's got a spoiler-free tab, but the first thing that opens you up on is like home. So it obviously comes up all of the highlights. Like, so and so wins this race, so and so beat this guy. You're like, fuck's sake.
Yeah, annoying.
Shit.
MotoGP, they've done that as well. Like, you'd go and catch up, and you're like, I know who won now. That's fucking ruined the whole thing for me. What's the point?
I also, if I don't watch it live, I find myself skipping through a lot of fights.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like, if it's live, I obviously can't go. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to watch it. So then I watch it, and then like something that sometimes we'll see a really like competitive fight. It might not be like the most exciting, but like it's really competitive. And I'm like, that was a sick fight. But I wouldn't have watched it usually. If I've got the option, I'd have been like that. I'd just skip forward.
Skip to like the last 2 or 3.
That's it. Yeah, watch the main ones. So I do quite like watching like all of it, but yeah.
I don't know. That's a young man's game. Watching it at 3 till 6 in the morning, mate. I had my years of that.
I just run on like no sleep, so I'm good.
I get up in the morning and just watch the ones I want to watch, mate.
Didn't we stay up at yours one day trying to watch it, and we stayed up and then fell asleep on like the main event?
Oh yeah.
we stayed up every single one.
We watched every single one. Got to the main event. It was all excited for, and I woke up like to the result. I was like, huh?
Yeah, that's the thing. You always just sit there hanging.
It was like a 5-round war, and I was like, I missed 25 minutes, and and apparently it was like crazy. The crowd were going mad, and we were all just like,
yeah.
It was the one as well. We were coming back from the mountains, and we was like managed to find a stream.
That was John Jones' return against Cyril Garn. So we were all like gassed. We were driving back. It was when we did the Three Peaks challenge thing, that Yorkshire one.
Yeah,
that was fucking mad. But
I love that. Yeah,
that was sick. But it was coming back, and John Jones and me was like, but it's like on now. We found this shit stream. We're driving. Where were we driving through? Like fucking Bradford. We was like going through the middle of Bradford. It was a shithole. And we're like all like looking on this like shit little phone. We're like yeah. And then it was like 30 seconds later, and he just killed him. I was like, all right,
going to sleep now.
Yeah.
I was like, that was supposed to take up half hour of my journey home, and it's
2
taken
days
up a minute.
worth. I'm gonna feel like shit tomorrow.
To be fair, that was funny because we done the Three Peaks challenge, and then I had a football game the next day, and I was like, right, it's 10:30 kickoff, so if we leave at 5, I should be able to get back down for kickoff and all this. The other boys were like, fuck off, don't be a dick. And then turned out like the UFC was on like early in the morning. I was like, see, look, you can just watch that instead. And then it was over, and they were like, oh, this is fucking dead. Oh, fucking hell.
Shit, fuck's sake.
So what is the Three Peaks again?
So you obviously got the National Three Peaks,
which is that's like the main
Ben Nevis, Snaefell, and Snowdonia. But that's over the...
Yeah, I've done Snowdon
and
Trefan. I've done.
Yeah.
So that's obviously that national one. You can do it.
Have you done Trefan?
No.
You got to do that one because people die on that one.
Did they?
Yeah, that's why I chose that one.
Yeah. Sounds like a bit of me, that.
Yeah. So that's one, but you do that over. What is it? That one's 24 hours, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, you do 24
hours. I think you get like a 6 or 7 hour drive in between them. So we found this out.
And that's like part of the 24 hours as well. So you've got to try and time that.
So we was like, we wanted to do that one, but we was looking, and it was like we just couldn't get like a whole fucking weekend to do it. And then,
was just shit.
You got to like fly to Scotland, find someone to drive between, and it was like we was weighing up. It was like, oh well, what if one person stays in the van and sleeps while the other 3 go up, and then that person drives, but then they get to go up the next one, and then we was like, because then you're going to be 1 hour. Someone's always going to be So he was like, fuck that. So he was like, just putting it off, and then Kieran found one of Yorkshire Three Peaks. He was like, look at this one. You got to do these 3 peaks in 12 hours. And we was like, yeah, it looks alright and all this, and looked at it, and before we knew it, we like fucking found a weekend where it was all free, which was rare. Yeah, and we just booked it. And we was like, right, fuck it.
The stars aligned.
Yeah. And we was like, right, we'll go do it then. And
it's because I'm a Scorpio. I shove crystals up my ass.
I believe in that. Yeah. At least that feels good.
Yeah. No, stars aligned, and we got booked up. Then
we drove up there like on the Friday after work. All out there, fucking probably just crashed out by the time we got there. Been up since like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, we were.
By the time we got up there, it was like probably like 9, 10 o'clock. I was just like, dead. So we were like crashed out. I was like, right, we're going to get up at 5, leave the little hut we were staying in like 5:30. We want to start bang on 6, so it's like a nice round number. So we knew that come 6 o'clock in the evening. But when it was like, was it March, beginning of March?
Yeah.
So it was going to be restricted a little bit by like daylight as well.
Yeah.
So I'd rather start off it being dark, and then hopefully we're done by the time it gets dark again. And we got about halfway up the first. We're not even halfway up the first one. I was about an 8th of the way up the first one. I was like, boys, I don't think I can do this.
we got about 100 metres in, and we'd gone off the path.
Yeah, we got lost.
We were like walking. I was like, we're definitely supposed to be going out that way. And everyone's like, no. And I'm like, we're looking at the map, and then like all of the maps were saying a different way. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake! Like,
we just see like some people because it was still dark in the morning. We see some people like just going up this fucking. It was like a cliff face.
But it was one of them where like you were looking at it, and you were like, if you imagine someone on there, they were this big. Yeah. And then when you actually saw someone on there and they were that big, you're like, oh my god, that's monstrous. Like, fuck. That's not a hill.
So did you just assume you'd be cushy and you'd be alright doing it? Like,
I've got this weird thing in my head where I get fucking determined as fuck and just don't let anything beat me. And I was like, I'll be fine. I've been playing football and that, and I was cycling my push bike in that like end of last year.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I hadn't ridden my push bike for like 5 months.
Yeah, it was same for all of us, really, wasn't it?
But like the other 2 lads were going to gym, like they were doing their fucking running and shit on the treadmills and shit. And you went out for a few hikes a couple of weekends before, like a couple of 20Ks and shit. So yeah, I was like, nah, I'll be alright. They were like, the other 2 lads shot off head. You waited with me for a little bit, and I was like looking at him like, dude, I'm not sure.
I'm in trouble.
could still see the fucking car.
Yeah, we got to it. That first one was rough though.
Yeah, it was like
steep. It was like the shortest
proper climb up.
Yeah, I think it was like the shortest like time wise, like distance wise, because it was literally like straight up rather than like having to like constantly go up.
Yeah.
But it was like just fucking mad. It was like you had to do like, you know, when you do like 10 steps and have to have like a little like and then another 10 steps, like just
hands on you.
Yeah, proper like let that blood get back. You're like fuck.
But we thought we were smashing it as well because we got to the top of that first one and we was like, oh, we got loads of time.
It'd been like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
it was like, we smashed
it.
We got another fucking 10.5 hours to get the rest of these 2 fucking little shitty mountains done.
We went down that first one. We were still feeling good. Started like brightening up. So we saw a few other people and that like,
yeah.
Started
like climbing up. Oh, we walked around a little town.
I was good, man. I was like, I was loving it. I was just walking around. And I was like, I love nature, man. This is sick. I was having the best time. I was like, I'm with my boys. I'm in nature. This is fucking banging.
We had to like walk through this little town to get to the start of the second one, didn't we? It was like, this is nice. So we started climbing up it.
We're all in good spirits still at this point.
And it just there was like little like. They were like slatted steps. Like sometimes you put them in.
Yeah.
But they just kept going and going and going.
That was when my thighs then just gave up. Like, as in, like, I'm good, I'm walking. And then every time I took a step, my thigh cramped. Like, real bad. And I was like, ooh. I'm not up the second one yet. And the third one is like miles away over there. I was like, fuck. And I just had to like keep walking. I was trying to like walk backwards. I was walking sideways, see if that helped. I was
doing a crab.
Mate, it was awful. I just started falling back by that point. I was like, oh, mate, like, fucking. I think
still felt we were smashing that when we got to the top of the second.
We got to the top, and I was like, mate, I just need my legs to like get a little bit of blood back in them. Like, give me like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was
like.
And
they felt alright after that for a while.
But even coming down that second one, like, but the distance between the second one and the third one was so long. Like, underestimated that bit.
Yeah,
and most of that. By the time we got down the second one. Walked through like a couple of farmers' fields and shit like that, but it was mostly a straight road between, wasn't it? But it was just killing us. Like I hadn't like broke my fucking boots in or anything. Like, it was brand new boots on that morning.
Tags
I was like, oh my god, this isn't good. And we was all just like crumbling. But you and Lewis were just negative thoughts. And
me and Lou, like we started out like there was 4 of us. Obviously, and Sam and Ross they just started marching, and I was like, mate, my thighs keep fucking cramping, and like Lou was just like moping around at the back. And then we were both there. We were like, why the fuck are we doing this? And we spent the next hour just angrily ranting at each other about how shit it was and how much. This is fucking shit. Why are we doing this? It's like, I could be doing anything this weekend and I'm in this fucking shithole. Like, it like helped us get all the way to the point where we genuinely nearly quit.
Yeah, like, but I couldn't listen to that because I would have quit. I was just like, nah, I need to just go now. So we like stormed off. We stopped at there was like a little burger van thing there, weren't we? Yeah. And it was like on a crossroads, and if you went left down this
is where I was stood at this burger van, and I was looking, and I was like, hang on a minute. And I got my phone out, and I'm like looking on maps, and I'm like, boys, if we go down that road, the van is about 10 minutes away. Like we're 10 minutes from the van, or we're like 4 hours into the hike. And it was like. I'm looking at that van, like, my legs are fucked. Yeah. I've done 2, that's good enough. Yeah. Most people do 1. Fuck them, like 2 peak challenges, alright. It'll be fine. I'll do 3 next year, it'll be fine.
Sam was on your side as well.
Yeah, me and Sam were like, done. We're like, let's just go to the van. I'm fucked. Fuck this, I can't be arsed. Like, my legs are hurting, I just want to go home. And then you were like, no, come on, we're doing it. You just walked off, and then Lou was like, fine, looks like we're doing it. Then I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, I'm not quitting, let's go. And then after that, it was just hell.
Yeah, that last one was bad. Like, the last one, you could see it, and you're like, oh, it's just there. But you had to sort of like go up and round the fucking side of it to get to it.
It was about, what, like 10k, probably, from the start. At the bottom where that burger van was, but you had to go like all the way up and then like back on yourself.
Wind up.
Oh, it was fucking awful.
And it's just getting steeper and steeper and steeper as you go off. And Lou hung back with you. Me and Sam stormed off ahead, and then Sam was like miles ahead of me at one point. And then I was sort of catching him out, and then he stopped and sat on a step. And I was like, mate, if I stop, I'm not going to get going again. So I just carried on going. And then I was like, I fucking made it here first, boys. Come on. Loving life.
Smashed it.
And then we got all fucked up because I was like, right, we've got like 45 minutes to get back to the van to have completed it in 12 hours. Yeah. So I started like fucking launching myself down this fucking thing like a mountain goat. I was fucking flying. I turned around at one point, I looked around and everyone was like, looked like they were still at the top. And I was like, most of the way down. And I was just like, come on.
Dude, coming down that last one was the worst.
It was so steep.
That was the worst fucking thing. My legs were fucked, and then I was like still baked as well, so that was fun. And I'm like trying to come down these steps. It was getting dark. It was fucking freezing. It was
cold as well.
It was like snow was like forming at the top and shit. We were like, fucking hell. Yeah, that was Jan coming down there. It was getting dark. Me and Luke couldn't see shit. We got like our head torches. Mum was like, shit. Like, just decided it wasn't going to light anything up. Yeah, it was just awful. I was like, fucking hell.
I started fucking running at one point towards the end. I got into this like farmer's lane. I was like, I think the van's just over there somewhere. I just started fucking running.
Just sort of numb.
But like my legs, I couldn't feel my legs at all. I was just going. I was like, and then we was like, I think the clock hit like 6 o'clock, and I was like, oh, I ain't got back to the van in the 12 hours. We fucking failed. We were fucking failures. I was hating them. Next morning we're driving back and Lou's on his phone and he's like, oh no, we only had to get to the top of the third peak in the 12 hours, so we did do it. So we got up there in 11 hours and like 15 minutes. So we had done it.
So you done it, yeah.
Yeah, but I was all pissy. I was like, oh, you're all fucking shit.
Yeah.
We fucking failed it. We can't even climb 3 mountains in 12 hours. That was good.
To go from like
dying.
The one that wanted to fuck it all off.
Yeah. I was not fit enough for that. Well, I had a second wind.
Wow.
Second wind.
You won.
I won. That's it. I beat them all.
That's the thing.
And they're all younger than me.
I don't know why I turned it competitive. But...
Yeah.
Well, that's what I had to do in my head.
won.
I will get to the top.
Yeah, I will win.
Because they always wind me up at work. They're like, oh, you're fucking old. You're this, that, next thing. You're such a dad. I've got fucking pins holding my ankles together and all that shit.
Was that from football?
From football, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'll fucking beat them. I'll show these guys. And smashed it.
That doesn't bother me.
No. None of the rest of them ain't competitive
He was
at all.
too busy
They're like,
loving life.
Oh, I was just enjoying. I'm like walking around nature with the boys. I was like, this is
Seeing
great.
colours.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck. I was like 13 hours, 14 hours. Okay, I'm good.
But I think
weekend.
if I didn't have that competitive streak in me, I don't think I'd have done it.
No, you'd have fucked
The
off.
only reason I done it was like to try and prove a point to nobody who actually cared. But
Yeah,
like,
But
in my head,
I
I
did
was
the
like
same
proving
thing.
everyone.
I did the same thing in my head, but I'm not trying to do it that quick. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I will do it. It's gonna get done. But
Until you had the choice to go back to the van.
yeah, but I did do it.
Yeah, if I wasn't there though, would you have gone back to the van?
I don't think I would have. I think I would have chickened out of going back to the van because I would have been disappointed in myself. I would have been walking. I would have got probably to the van, and then I would have been like, oh, you cunt, and I would have walked back and gone. I don't think I would have got in the van.
Especially with online stuff now.
Yeah, because I've done.
Someone would have asked
I
if
would
you'd done
have.
it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to lie. I would have fucking wanted to kill myself. So
Yeah.
I don't think I would have done that. It just helped having someone go, no, we're doing it, and start walking. I was like, well, that's decision made then. I just made it quicker.
Yeah, it does show you, doesn't it? Whatever.
Yeah. But like, it's mad. I've used that like just if I'm like, I feel like I can't do something or whatever. I'm like, no, you did the free peak thing. Like you wanted to quit. Like I'm like, it's been so good. Like I just use that all the time. I'm like, shit, yeah.
Fuck it, I did
with,
that. Like not wanting to do it like a few minutes in.
Yeah.
To fucking running back down.
That's it. Yeah.
It really is like
your
mind controls your body.
It's proper.
Like.
It's fucking sick. Like
it was the same thing. We were like going back down to the football as well. Everyone's like, you won't be able to go to the football afterwards. I was like, I fucking will. And then got there and my fucking legs were bollocks, but I still went and played. I weren't no good, but I still went down there and done
Worst geezer there.
I walked into the changing room and the boys were like, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, oh, walking like a cowboy, just fucking fucked me in the arse. It was good.
Yeah, it's fun though. So I like that.
Yeah,
we still do want to do the national one, but
I'm planning a little charity thing myself.
Oh, yeah.
Just for my little hiking charity. Did I tell you about it?
No.
With the 10 mountains.
You didn't tell me shit. Oh yeah, no, you did. Yeah,
I did tell you shit. Yeah. So I've worked out because I went to Lake District a couple of months ago, and then I did Help Ellen, which is like the third tallest one in England. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'll do that. It'll be right. And I got there. Like it was hard, but I love it. Like just get on top, and just having a good time smoking, enjoying myself. It was nice and sunny as well. It makes a change. It's usually I don't care. I love it. It makes everything amazing. I'm just like zen. I'm like, oh, this is great. But yeah, I did that, and I was like, I wasn't even that hard. That was the third tallest one. I was like, I wonder what it is. And I started looking at it, and I was like, I'll do the 5 tallest in England and the 5 tallest in Wales in like 6 days. I reckon I can do it in. I was like looking at logistics because there's a few of them that are like quite close. So you could do like 3 of them in a day. You can do it in like a walk. It'll be like 30k. But I was like, I reckon I could do that.
How long was that one that we've done?
46k by the time we got back to the van.
Fucking hell. What, all 3?
Yeah, all 3 was 46. It was free. It was like 1,500 meters, I think, in elevation gain.
Yeah.
And then 46 kilometers, I think it was. That was like
so
11
you
hours,
could do that
12
one
hours.
easy. If you could do.
That's what I mean. I was like, I did that.
You could do the 30.
I was like, I did that. Easy. I can do it. I know I can do it now. That's what I mean. Like with that 3 peaks thing, I'll use that now. I'm like, if before I would have looked at this 10 peaks, and been like, oh, could I do 3 in a day? Like, but in my head, I'm like, no, I can do that now. I know I can do that.
Yeah,
like 10 consecutive days.
It was like 6 days.
Oh, 6 days. Sorry, yeah.
It was going to be because I wasn't really doing it for like the speed. I was like, I just want to just do it in like a week, or like a short window, like at least like 10 in like a week is like good enough. So I was just looking and I was like, well, they're all like kind of clustered together in the Lake District for England, and they're all clustered together in like Snowdonia, I think it is, in that national park for Wales. So I was like, well, they're all really close. And then I was like, I could just park there, do like them 3 on that day, them 3 on that. So I think it was 3 on the first day, and then 2 on the second, and that was the 5 in England done.
Yeah.
And then I was like, on the third day, I'll travel down to Wales, and then probably just have like a chill day in a campsite or whatever, just like eat some food and shit, just like chill a bit. And then the next day I can get like 3 done. And I think the day after that was like 1, and then the last one was the 2 or something like that. Yeah. And it was like, it would have meant that Snowdon was the last one, which I was like, oh, that's the tallest one out of all of the 10. I was like, it'd be cool to do that last and be like, oh, I've done the last one. Yeah. So I sort of planning on doing that, but I'm going to try and do it.
Snowdon's tall, but it's... Have you done it?
No. I haven't done it. I've been there, but I've not walked up to
it's pretty much...
It's like a gradual sort of...
Yeah,
there's different routes to go up as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of different routes, but the main sort of tourist one...
So I've seen
just a walk.
I've seen some people that I know are not fit at all. They get to the top.
Yeah,
and
well, there's a fucking calf at the top. Yeah, which tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, exactly.
And a tram that goes up.
Yeah, jump on the tram. There's tell everyone you've been at the top.
There's like that route. There's the pig route, or is another main one. I think that's the one me and my mates did.
Yeah, there's one that I think is quite dangerous.
Yeah,
but I don't think many people do that, and only at certain times of the year as well. I think you can do that because it's too icy.
Yeah, mate. When we did it was fucking.
Oh yeah,
deadly.
Shit, I remember it.
Yeah,
was like
you see the pictures. It looks like I'm at the top of Everest, mate. We've got like just your eyes sticking out. There's fucking icicles going sidewards. But at the bottom, it was like normal. Yeah. It was like a normal day.
Well, that was the same up on that first mountain, wasn't it? When we got to the top of that first one. We'd all taken our jumpers and shit off on the way up, sweating.
Do you not remember in the morning when we were at the Airbnb still, like staying in this little barn? Yeah. We'd like had all our layers on and that, and then like Sam had like shorts on, and we was just like, "You're a dickhead, bro. You're gonna be freezing. You're gonna be fucking." I had like a scarf on. I was like, "I'm toasty as fuck." Yeah. We got about 100 meters into the first field. I was like, "Fuck this!" Like all these layers are coming off, and Sam was like, "Fuck, I told you."
But then we got to the top, and we stood there. We had some food in that when we was up there. And then we just stood there and I was like, my fingers have just gone freezing. Yeah. And everyone was like, fuck, what just happened?
Yeah, it was so cold. It was fucking all them layers went back on. I was like, Sam, you're a dickhead. Well, you got shorts on, dick.
Yeah, it was fucking... The weather.
Yeah, it's killer, isn't it?
Like when we left, I think I had trail running shoes on. So I thought, I'm going to... We'll go out quick and we'll run back down. Because I think I was running at the time when we went up there. I thought, I'll run up and get like a decent time and run back down. Yeah. Fuck me, mate. We almost died up there. Yeah. it was like hands and knees job. Yeah. And like it was like one slip and you'd have just, like there was nothing to hold on to. You'd have just gone into the mist, mate, and fallen for like a minute or whatever. Like, free falling for like 30 seconds.
I think that was the thing that threw me off on that one because I said like, I thought it was just a walk up a hill, basically.
Yeah.
But when I think it was the top of the second one.
That second climb was a climb. That was like a proper scramble.
Deep.
That's it, scramble.
Yeah, we have to like proper climb like the rocks and that. Yeah,
climb as well.
Yeah, that was dodgy.
Which I weren't a fan of.
Yeah, I think that's on. Is that like one of the tall ones as well?
I don't know. It's not some. It's obviously it's tall because it's a fucking mountain, but I think it's classed as more technical than it is tall. I think that's why a lot of people come unstuck on it and end up going flying off the fucking edge. Yeah. Yeah, something. I know it's something crazy. Like 3 or 4 people a year die on it apparently, or something. It's mad.
Think how mad fucking Everest is.
Oh mate,
it's fucking crazy.
Nuts. You can't even getting to like base camp is like a challenge in itself.
A lot of people just do that.
Just do that.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah. That costs like 10-15 grand as well. Everest.
You still have to have is it like sponsorship and shit in place to go do the
probably unless you can afford to just fucking do it yourself.
I suppose and
then it's the time that you have to be out there.
Yeah, you have to go to like
base 1, base 2, and then go back to 1, and then go 2, 3, and then go back to like 2 or 1 and start all over again. And
who was that on the World Records episode? Was it 13 years old?
Yeah, he was 16 when he climbed Everest, but I think by the time he was 14, he'd already done like 7 or like he'd done like 4 of like the tall like the 8 peaks or whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like they just leave the bodies up there and all, don't they? They're like waypoints now, aren't they? Like,
it's like green yellow jacket, green boots or something.
Yeah, they're like fucking waypoints, aren't they?
It's mad, isn't it?
You're just a stick on someone's Garmin now.
They put him in the instructions. It's like when you get to green boots, turn right or whatever it is.
Imagine that. That's someone's fucking old man.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Now he's like... now that's where you stop to have a fucking Snickers.
Yeah.
Fucking change your socks at green boots. It's mental, isn't it? That sounds like man, isn't it? It's just left that poor cunt up there.
Fucking terrible.
You seen the pictures of them all queuing up to get to
to get to the top.
Was it? It was the SAS guy. And he was up there doing it. And he said like the fucking queues.
Yeah,
fucking mental.
It was on Channel 4, I think. He did
that's
thing,
a good watch.
Yeah, I like that.
But even he couldn't afford it.
Yeah, it was. He had to get all like sponsors.
Channel 4. He said if they wouldn't have paid for it, he wouldn't have been able to go.
Fuck me.
In like one of his audio books.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Couldn't afford to do it himself.
He was when he got to the top of Everest and there was like a storm coming in, so they were trying to get everyone out with that. And he was like, he waited because he wanted to be the last one. He was like, at one point in time, I wanted to be like the highest person on it. Like, I was like, that's fucking sick.
You, mate.
Yeah. I was like, that's fucking sick.
I'm sat next to him, mate. Fucking hell.
I win. Fuck you, Middleton.
He wouldn't have been like the tallest because like surely planes fly higher than Everest today.
Yeah, anyone sat.
Yeah, so like anyone on a plane at that moment in time is still higher up in the world.
Maybe it's just.
Yeah,
like still standing, like on Earth.
Yeah.
Doesn't count when you're in a flight.
Yeah, he didn't think it through.
Yeah, it's not dickhead.
You got small man syndrome, innit?
Yeah, bless him. Yeah, fucking hell. Fucking punched a fucking female police officer. Is that
something like that?
Did he?
Yeah, apparently. That's why a lot of people dislike him. I don't know.
Strange, isn't it?
It's amazing how like people just jump on people they don't even really know the story.
Yeah.
And just ruin their careers now.
Yeah, you can imagine she was a fucking arsehole, mate.
Yeah, moaning.
You're literally asked to get in trouble like every time you say shit like that.
I know.
Although she doesn't listen, does she? So.
No. She does listen. She does.
Do you reckon she'll get to this point?
She's way through it.
Well, we'll find out. We'll leave this.
Yeah.
We'll leave this in, and then if she says anything about it, then I'll know she's
leave it all in.
When I come in to work with a black eye,
because we're an hour in, so that's like
yeah, that's a good bit.
So she needs to.
Yeah, if I come in with a black eye, you know she's listened.
Yeah, alright, cool.
Got an extra viewer.
You leave it all in, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Edit a fucking second.
Yeah, fuck we don't do shit.
Stop listening if you don't like it.
I was going to say, you said you were doing the ultra marathons as well. What's that? What does that entail for people who aren't
fucking hell?
Aware?
That entails absolute fucking nut jobs.
These are the people who are running past us on the mountains.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, a lot of it's trails.
Yeah,
which is like out in the woods, which is fucking brilliant. Like road running is so boring and monotonous, but trails is fucking blinding. You'd love it. I don't know if you'd.
You don't do running.
You'd probably fucking stack it.
Probably, yeah. I don't know if you can run and smoke. So.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd try.
No, the flame keeps going out.
Yeah. I like walking, take my time, talk to the animals and that.
But no, that's so basically it's anything past a marathon.
Right.
So my one was 50k.
That's so fucking long.
Yeah, and it was trails as well, so there was a fair bit of elevation as well. I think it was 2,000 meters of elevation, something like that, all in. But there's like stops along the way for like food. Climbs, like full on like hills sort of thing. Yeah. I think all in it took me 6.5 hours.
That's fucking insane.
So what? Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, that's good going. I don't think
because that's like longer than.
I don't think I could do a marathon.
That Three Peaks thing is 1,500 meters elevation of 46k by the time we'd finished it. What was like 4k on top of that.
Yeah.
Do you remember we found the record for the person who done that?
Oh, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, mate.
2 hours.
Like,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah. There's guys that.
I was like, no way.
That's some of these ultra runners.
Yeah.
It was probably it's that sort of guy, isn't it?
Well, we was on our way down. I think the second one. Some woman ran past us. Then run back up past us. Then run back past us again, and was running back up there. I was like, "Fuck me!" She's done 4 runs of this before we've even got. So
that's the
down
thing.
it.
Going back to like Snowdon, that was almost like a training thing for me.
Yeah.
I thought, I'll nip up Snowdon, nip back down it, because you sort of. I mean, you've seen the pictures from when I was running and that. I slimed from a 21 stone strongman. I think on race day, I think I'd only got down to like 15 stone, 15 which was still like monstrous for a fucking runner. Yeah, them guys are like jockeys, mate.
I was going to say that's very fucking.
They were still like people like turn their heads to look at me and thought, "Oh, this dozy cunt, he ain't gonna make 5k."
Yeah,
but they're a fucking different breed, mate.
Yeah.
How many people run it in that one?
Oh, loads, like hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
They're fucking crazy in there.
Yeah, but it was like. You get people hallucinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I've run past one girl and she didn't have a fucking clue where she was, mate.
You get some people at the end of like even just a marathon, the legs completely gone.
Just go out too fast or whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously in like an ultra marathon, that stuff will just bend you right over.
Yeah.
Mate. So you have to like sort of not pace yourself, but know what you're capable of, I suppose.
Yeah, you don't want to start too quick.
Yeah, like mine was 6.5 hours or 6 hours, something like that. But the guy I went with, he was quite a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Like a smaller guy. I think he was like 5.5 hours. But then you get guys that will just run the whole way. So I mean, a lot of the times you walk the inclines. Run down them. Take your time at the pit stops. All the Coke, the fucking Haribos. You got all the gels on, like your old race packs and water on you.
Just to finish it in itself, though.
That's the thing. Being on your own for 6.5 hours, continuously moving. People running past you. You think, oh fuck me, like, am I doing shit here? Like, why this old cunt just run past me? Like, or some fucking woman. Do you know what I mean? You think like some old fucking dinner lady just ran past me. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
in her dinner lady outfit as well.
Dog shit, mate. Yeah, she's got a fucking hairnet on.
Got a fucking tray of food there around it on. She's taking the piss.
But yeah, it's just especially the ultra running. It's like just doing that is impressive. Do you know what I mean? You're never going to win them things.
No,
do you know what I mean? MMA, strongman. There was always like certain expectations. Do you know what I mean? People looking for, he's a big bloke, he'll do well. Or he's fucking hard, or as ridiculous as that sounds, or he's handy. Like, whereas the ultra running, no one ever expected me to even be able to do it. I think when the whole running thing first started, it was like, I want to do this ultra running stuff, and you watch all the YouTube videos, and they're all like 9 stone little guys, and they're fucking hallucinating and falling over. People think, what? John ain't gonna do this fucking 2 minutes.
Do you get that as well, though? It's like, if you feel like you're going to be written off, but it makes you want to do it more?
I don't know, mate. There's obviously a part of it, I think. There's obviously a bit of that to it. You want to... As stupid as it sounds, it's almost like what we were saying about when you could have gone to the fucking van.
Yeah.
It's like on the training runs, like it got to the point where, obviously you're training, like when people go, just to like go back a bit here before answering your question, when people say, I couldn't run 5k, let alone 50. At the beginning, I couldn't. You have to work your way up.
It becomes easier,
So, like on Wednesday would be my long run. And just before the race, my Wednesday long run was 35k. Oh, so that was like weekly.
That's fucking mad.
Like, I would almost be at a marathon just because it was a Wednesday.
You knew you could do that.
Yeah, like when on race day, I had still never run a marathon. I ran a marathon the first time I ran an ultra marathon. So my first marathon, I thought, oh fuck me, I've just run my first marathon. I had
still had another
running left.
Fucking hell.
But what was your question? Oh yeah. So I don't know. I think so. Yeah, but it was almost on them weekly runs, knowing that people was waiting for you to upload something.
I was waiting. I was always just like, I know it's kind of like,
not even people that fucking. I don't think. I really like. There was people, obviously, with everything that had gone on to the run up to this competition. There was plenty of people that didn't want me to do well. And had said to me, not to me, but or over the phone or whatever, without going into details. There was plenty of people that had said, I hope you do fucking shit at this competition. And that will teach you cunt sort of thing. Like, I hope all that gear was worth it. You're not even gonna. Do you know what I mean? Couldn't give a fuck. I was not there on competition day worrying about them people. It was, and the same thing as the race. Do you know what I mean? I didn't give the people that didn't think I'd do it a second thought, mate, to be honest with you. It's the people like him sat next to me that were looking forward to seeing that uploaded the next day. It's your sister, it's your mum, it's your fucking dad. Like, it's more of that. It's the people that do believe in you, rather than proving the fucking naysayer. I could not give a fuck, mate. Whether, like, if you don't think I could do it, fine, just watch me. But you're still watching. So I mean, the people that thought I was going to do shit or was hoping I was going to do shit are still looking at my Instagram to this day. I don't look at theirs. Do you know what I mean? That's just
you're
the way.
winning in that.
Exactly. That tells you what you need to know about it. But I don't think it's more. I don't think it's that. Maybe in the MMA days, maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. Maybe it's why I'm like late 30s now. Don't really give a fuck. Whereas back then, I probably did give a fuck, and things like that would drive you.
See, mine's not even like. I don't think that people would think that I'm going to fail at something. I think in my own head, I'm going, I'm just going to fucking do it. I'm just going to do it. Like, I think that's how I get through it.
Yeah, you have to have that sort of like self-confidence, don't you?
But I'm going to prove everyone wrong. No one actually gives a fuck. But I'm going to prove them wrong anyway. Yeah. Right. No one cares.
Yeah, and like you said, Kieran, like, now you've done that, you sort of, it seeps over into every other part of your life.
Yeah, because like even like fucking work shit, if it's like getting a bit like overwhelmed, I'm like, bro, I walked up 3 mountains. Shut up, I can do this. Like, it's choose it for everything. But like, I'd never even think about doing that like charity thing had I not done that. Yeah, because I'm like, fucking, I did that. It's fine.
Yeah,
it was like what a feeling when we got there and done it as well.
Yeah,
like, fucking yeah.
And I love listening to like fucking like Cam Haynes and David Goggins and all people like that because you're just like, fuck yeah, like I can do it. And it's like part of you goes, oh yeah, but if I walk 3 mountains in one day, like I'm not going to be able to walk up a mountain the next day because I'm going to be sore. What the fuck? Like, and then you listen to like David Goggins and he's like running like 200k fucking daily. Yeah. You're like, all right, cool, cheers, mate. Like, fuck you. Yeah. Like 1,000 pull-ups a day. Like, all right, fuck this guy. So, I can walk up another mountain the day after. Like, it's not. Cool. It's going to be a bit sore, but once you get going, you're good, and you're like,
fine. That's the thing. Like, you could run an ultramarathon. You could run an ultramarathon. Everyone. It's whether you can, like.
It's whether you've got the mineral.
Yeah, whether you've got it upstairs, and that's all it comes down to. I think.
I was saying to you before about marathon. We did apply for the London Marathon because I was like, I reckon I could do it.
Yeah,
I think I said I reckon I could do it with no training.
Yeah, you did say that.
I probably did say that, but
that was my argument. It wasn't that
not
you
the
could do it,
idea.
But it was the fact that you said I could do it with no training.
I'll watch. I'll be there all day, mate.
Yeah, probably so would he.
I'll give it a fucking good go.
Yeah,
and I might make it in, but there might be a fair bit of walking in between.
Yeah,
but walking doesn't bother me. But I was like, I can do it. So anyway, we applied for it, but we didn't get in.
No, I don't fucking it. I applied for it a couple of times. People that I know have been applying for it for fucking 10 years.
I know a couple of people.
You've got to be like part of running clubs and shit like that to get in.
Yeah, or a charity is the big one. You sign up for a charity.
Yeah, you get through.
So you might get to do it one day, but you've got to be dressed as a fucking shark or something.
Fair play.
And that was the other thing. When people used to say to me, why the fuck are you doing an ultramarathon when you've never even done a marathon?
Yeah.
And I used to say to people run marathons dressed as fucking soldiers or
like
sharks
shit.
and fucking letterboxes.
Yeah.
There is no way I would not be able to force myself around a fucking marathon, mate.
So I'm saying headstrong, you got to be headstrong.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd just get I'd set a playlist up on my fucking phone, get in my ear and just fucking go. But I'd set the playlist, I'd be a bit weird because I get a bit autistic with my fucking music. I'd set it up in a way that like, I know when I'll be like slacking a bit, I need something a bit more fucking...
the first like 10 miles you could just have like chill music. You're like, this is good, 10 miles. And then after that is when you start getting depressed, so you need some like pick
Then again, after that long running, sometimes certain headphones start rubbing.
Yeah.
I used to have a pair, they were like air aftershocks or something. They didn't go in your ear. They was like a Metal Gear Solid job. Right. Like they went on the side of your head and worked on like the bones of your ear.
Yeah.
So you could hear music, but you could also hear someone talking to you. So it didn't go in. But then after 4.5 hours of running, they started to rub on the fucking tops of your ears. It's like you really have no idea.
Yeah, until you get there.
Until you're deep in it, what things will affect you. Like that's why the old thing is like nothing new on game day sort of thing. Like
just keep it the same.
So you turning up your new boots or whatever.
Yeah, that was me.
On an ultra marathon, that'd have bent you right over, mate. Fucking hell, you'd have. Was you fucked anyway? Like were your feet in bad shape after all that?
Yeah.
Well, see, mine were fine.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But I had like one blister, and I was like, that's not bad going for like 46k or whatever.
They new bouts as well.
No, I'd worn mine in a bit. But I'd actually bought like proper hiking socks. Like I had like a couple of like you get like the 5-pack on Amazon for like £7. You're like these are gonna be shit, but it'll be alright. I actually bought like
£20 a pair.
That's why I bought like a £25 pair of socks. So I know I'm gonna be in them, mate. Best thing I ever bought. Like, and now I just take when I go like away hiking, I take them.
Oh mate, I still wear one to this day. They're fucking tremendous.
Outrageous.
I went for the standard work socks and brand new boots.
Smart.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, they did hurt a bit afterwards.
Yeah, I bet, yeah.
I will say my legs weren't as bad as what I thought they were going to be.
Afterwards.
I was really expecting to be like fucked. I was like, I'm going to feel like shit. And they were like sore, obviously. Like going for a shit, trying to get back up off the toilet was a bit of a struggle. But like,
that's because you sat there too long.
So I spoke too much. That's right. But no, they weren't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be like,
and the next time it'd be less.
Yeah, that's what I think, and that's what makes you think about like doing them like 10 peaks. I'm like, well, those weren't even that bad. But like, it's like I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, they weren't even that sore the next day. No. Like it wouldn't compromise me. I don't think. Maybe by the end of the week, like the last day, it might be a bit of a like fucking like it's gonna be a slog. But then it's on the last day, and it'd be like, I'm gonna get it done. Like, I'm gonna do it. So.
I was thinking like, well, when I play football and stuff like that, like especially starts of the seasons again, it's always 2 days. if I'm playing football on a Sunday, Monday I'm okay. Tuesday my legs are fucked.
Same leg day.
So
same leg day.
So 2 days all the time. So I was like, I sort of knew. I was like, okay, we're climbing these mountains, and I'm going to go play football in the morning. I should be all right. And I was like, but the Monday I'm going to be destroyed and not be able to walk. Didn't come. It was like they ached a bit, but it weren't like anything like I'd already experienced like worse than that before from like football. So I was like, I was actually like, oh.
Yeah, mine was only really sore on like like the weird muscles that like don't ever really get used.
Yeah,
like the little ones like in behind the knees and stuff. They were the ones that were like getting a bit like sore. And my tendons getting fucked up coming down the hills, but.
That's the worst coming
back.
That's the worst,
down
bro.
is a skill in itself.
Yeah.
People don't realise, like when you're doing trails and that, running down is such a big skill.
I still haven't even worked out like walking down, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, like
just walking in general.
Yeah, I can't struggle with that, man. I smoke too much.
No, I was fucking flying down that last one. It was going so quick though, like, it's quite dangerous.
Yeah,
it was just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah. Feels cool as fuck, though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I was
when you're like spotting a bit in front of you, like bum, bum, bum,
you feel like your reactions like
it was only sort of about halfway down. I was like, what if I twist my ankle? Because I'm fucking always worried about my fucking ankle. Like I could be walking through a flat bit of floor and there'd be like I don't know a bit of fucking carpet that's folded up slightly, and I stand and then my ankle goes.
It just like rolls. Just
it only needs a slightest little like off fucking level, and it just goes completely. See, I wasn't even thinking about it at the time, and I got about halfway down. I was like, maybe I should be a bit careful because I'm going to have to wait about an hour for these guys to catch me up.
Fucking carry you down.
And then what they're going to do is just going to get there and just laugh at me.
I'll get there, probably smoking up a joint and laugh at you for a bit. And then, I'd maybe think about carrying it, I'd start walking off and I'd be like, oh shit, we forgot Ross. Oops.
That's sick. It was good. How much were we on?
Hour and a half.
That's cool.
Okay. Are you like needing to get back or anything?
Like? No, I appreciate it.
Sweet, I'm good.
Any other business to chat about then?
I don't know really. What else has been going on?
What's been going on this week? Don't know.
I've been flat out with the music stuff.
You have, yeah. You've done 4 gigs in fucking 3 days, didn't you?
Yeah, that was rough.
Fucking hell.
It was it was a half hour on Friday, but it was in London. It took me like 3 hours to get there. Fucking shit. It was only at like New Cross as well, so it should take me about half hour. It took me 3 hours because the A2 was shut.
Nice.
Which is good. And then Saturday we played Canterbury. Sunday I played a 2-hour cover set and my forearm cramped so hard that my fingers got stuck open. So the bass just stopped. I was like playing, like grooving. I was like, yeah. And then it just went. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I looked down at my fingers and just like, oh.
That's the first time you've ever had it?
Like in this arm. I usually get it in this hand, like the one that's like moving around a lot. So like, but I can kind of like I get through it like enough just and then it gets to a bit where it's not as like crazy. So then I'm like, oh, fuck, that's alright. But I've never had it in this hand. Like, I think because this my right arm, like we use it all the time, like work, like screwdrivers, like everything. Bass playing. So that like this is like the best part of my body is this forearm. It's like sweet, and I started cramping. I was like, oh fucking hell, and it was like horrible. I was having to like play with like my pinky, like I was like fucking like a fucking idiot. Like, Rob was just looking at me like, what are you doing, like? But yeah, that was rough. I don't think I could do that. And
then you went and played the second one or something.
And then I was like, shit. Like while that happened, I was like, I've still got an hour left of this set, and then half hour later. With a different band. I was like, for fuck's sake. So I got managed to get through that. I was like driving all the way back up to Chatham from Dover, like massaging my forearm the whole way, like, come on. And then, did half hour there at some punk show thing, which was fun. There wasn't a full set of teeth in the place it was in. It was in the Alexandra, like in Chatham.
Oh, fuck me,
yeah, man. Full set of teeth. There was a 16-year-old who was pregnant who was then outside smoking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, fucking, what is this? Like, this simulation is wild. I don't like this expansion pack, man. This DLC sucks.
Shit, mate. Fucking hell.
The Chatham DLC is not the one. I want my money back.
Just limited edition as well.
Yeah. No, I felt fucked after that. I loaded all my shit back into the band, like got my guitars and that back, and I just sat down on the bumper and I just was like, oh, I couldn't move. I sat there for 20 minutes in the car park. Like I couldn't even be fucked to get up to get into the driver's seat. I was like, I am fucked. Like, mate, so tired. So I got home and smoked a joint, and then went to bed. It was lovely. I slept like a baby.
You were saying like bands go out on like world tours and do like however many dates, night after night after night after night.
It's fucking crazy because I'm like, obviously they don't have they're not like lugging all their gear in and out of the house and like they're not doing all the setup. They're kind of just turning up, playing, whatever. So that's like pretty.
But then their shows are probably like 2 hours, 3 hours long as well.
So if I was doing like the cover set like every night, like it'd be tiring as fuck. But then like, you know, people like cancel like a couple of shows. It's like through illness, and everyone's like, "Oh fucking hell, man!" I was like, "Bro, I felt fucked after 3 days. Like 4 gigs in 3 days, and I felt dead." I was like, "Yeah, Imagine 6 months into a world tour and like you've been doing it like pretty much every night. Like fuck that.
Yeah,
so is that just an experience thing? Will you get that?
What?
Like, will you get? I don't know. Is it like a muscular thing? Would your muscles get used to that?
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose it probably.
You cramp up quite a lot though.
I cramp all the time.
General, yeah.
But I like. It's like all that salt levels and shit in it, like cramp. But like I eat so much salt, like because I've actively started eating more. Because I like cramp loads and it's just fucking, I don't know what it is, weird.
You like salty food as well.
Yeah,
I've started to now.
Yeah,
like as a kid growing up, we never had salt on our food and things like that. Like mum and dad just didn't really salt anything, so I sort of grew up that way. And then like the mad cramps I get, I've actively started like trying to take the piss now.
Yeah, like I just put it on like everything. It doesn't help. Like, I cramp up like mad. Like my fucking foot will always cramp up like mid set. Like it's weird as fuck. Like I'll just lift my leg up like to tap my foot like in time of the beat, and it just goes bing, and I'm like fuck. And then I'm like trying to like stand on your toes and like stretch it out, and I'm like also trying to look cool still. Like,
it's the weirdest fucking feeling ever. Cramp. Like,
it's horrible.
How painful it can be.
You know when you escape it, it's just about to, and you get all your like
just about to grab you.
Yeah, that's fucking better than
it always
orgasm.
Feels like you fucking like ripped your fucking muscles to shreds afterwards. Sometimes like get it in like here sometimes, and you it'll be like laying in bed like on a Sunday after football, or whatever. And I'll just move your legs slightly, and it goes, and you're like, oh my god, and you sit there through the pain, and but then afterwards you're sitting there, and it's still like whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah.
You think was it the other week you put that? Was it a video on your story? Was it your leg?
Them ripples that I get. Yeah.
Fucking mate, it was jank. I was watching it like
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
but I've always
it was like proper like doing that like.
Yeah,
I've had it a few times, just going around here usually. That goes like fucking.
I always get it in my. It's always my thighs go. Like, I don't know what it is. Like my quads just seem to cramp up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And
then growing up, it was calves as a kid.
I never really
always
had
when you
calf
was asleep
cramp.
for some reason.
Yeah.
I never had calf cramp a lot, and then the last few years it's got like well bad.
I'll tell you another weird one I've had. I don't know if it's a cramp or what. Sometimes my eyelid goes on a fucking.
Do you ever get like cramp in like your jaw?
Yeah,
like under here and like sometimes I'll yawn. I'll yawn and then my jaw's just like nope. I'm like oh fuck.
I sneezed the other day and my gooch cramped. And I was fucking at work as well. I was in the middle of the shop floor like sumo squatting, trying to fucking stretch it out. Fuck knows. I don't know. If I'd have been at home, I'd have had to have like tried to finger myself to try and release the fucking pressure. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I sneezed and something up there cramped me. I don't know if it was my prostate or what. It's the most painful shit I've ever had in my life, mate.
I didn't even know that could cramp.
I'm scared. Yeah. I think I've got to stop putting things up there, mate. It's a warning from God, I think. Stop
stopping shit on your ass, man.
It's a fucking exit, you weird cunt. No offence to any gay people listening. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
Well, you've scared me now because I didn't know gooches could cramp up, and I'm like, every time I stretch, I'm gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, literally sneezed and it went.
I don't want to sneeze.
It was that muscle, you know, if you're, this is how I explain. You know, if you're pissing, and you want to stop the stream, that muscle, whatever that is up there, that cramped. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And obviously I'm out and about in the middle of a fucking
trying to play it cool and that.
Yeah.
How cool did you
that ship sailed, mate. Fucking hell. Jesus.
Just breakdancing in the middle of the aisle.
Like the Russian dancing.
Yeah, I was trying to like bend my knees and like trying to squat a bit. Fuck me.
Just pissing your pants on that.
Fuck's sake.
Well, that's news to me. That could happen.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone, mate.
That's rough. I fucking hate cramp.
Yeah.
Cramp is bad.
Yeah,
bro. I remember I had cramp in my hamstring once, and I felt I was like, sitting on the chair like playing PlayStation after I'd had like football games like Sunday afternoon or whatever, and then my hamstring cramped. This is the first time my hamstring had ever gone, and it was like fucking horrific. I didn't know what to do, and I just like fell off of the chair, like hit the deck like real hard. It was like BAM! And you know like the old house, like it would just like echo through the whole house. And like Dad come upstairs, opened the door, and was just like, "The fuck was that?" And I was like, "I got a cramp," and he was like, And just shut the door. I was like, "You can't help."
Yeah. Textbook Dad, mate.
Yeah, he's like, Just walked off. I was like, "You can't,
keep
fuck
noise
you."
down, you little cunt.
Yeah. Mind my fucking ceiling, you little prick. If you're gonna get cramp, don't fucking smash the house up during it.
How'd you get down there? Fell?
You pushed me. I was talking about CTE earlier when we like concussions.
Yes.
I am genuinely like quite worried about myself from concussion.
You did bang your head a bit.
Yeah, I spoke to you about it before, I know, on Instagram.
It's like, I've hit my head a lot, like hard. I don't mean like someone's punched me in the head, I mean I've fucking hit my head hard a lot, and I've been knocked out 6 times, I think. 4 of them by you.
I apologise.
Or at least you were involved within the...
I remember the pillow one.
That was rough.
We used to box with pillows.
I was going to say, if you've been knocked out by a pillow, mate, fucking hell.
I need to set the scene a little bit, right? Because
please tell me there was a brick
this motherfucker...
Fucking hell.
This motherfucker was like 8 when he finished puberty. So like, he was like...
He looked like that.
Yeah, literally. This was my 9-year-old brother, and everyone's like, the fuck is that? Like, no, it's not. But yeah, so how old were you when this happened?
Yeah, probably like 9 or 10, I'd say.
No, I think he was a bit older than that. Yeah, I reckon he was a little bit older than that.
How old are you? Well, I might be able to work it out.
Maybe about 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd been like 11.
10,
11. And you were like already like turning into a man by this point.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously like just this big-headed little fucking thing. I don't know what I was at that point.
Was you stoned at this point?
No, probably. Second-hand smoke through Dad, yeah. That's where it started. Cheers, Dad. You've set up this addiction. Yeah, it's not an addiction, don't worry. It's,
Stop any time.
Yeah. And then I'll let Mike Tyson take over from over here.
So we had pillows.
Yeah.
Over our hands, and we was holding on to like the inside of the
pillows. Oh, yeah, like you
that.
fold them over.
Yeah, so we were just punching each other with the pillows like that. And then as we was going for it, like obviously all of the cushion...
Hang on, wait. As we were going for it...
Well, okay, as I was going for it...
As I landed one good shot and that annoyed you...
it turned real.
And then you started just swinging. I'm like, hang on, whoa! Mind my head!
I was just teaching you a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the sort of pillow, the cushioning inside the pillow, just like moving away, like further and further away. And then it just conked in.
So it was just clean
fist just behind a bit of sheet, basically. Like, donk, and he just... hit the deck like so hard. You probably banged your head on the floor.
Yeah, and that was like poured concrete floor as well, so no give like a floorboard. No, it's just mush.
Yeah.
And then I just remember coming around to you holding like peas on my head, like don't tell Dad, shut the fuck up. And I was like, what the fuck? Why does my head feel like that?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that was a bad one. And then you dropped me on. Do you remember when you dropped me on the armchair of the sofa and knocked out 3 teeth?
Yeah.
What?
That was a big one. That really hurt my face.
Yeah, I remember when you put your tooth through your lip.
Yeah, that was bad. I was like swinging between like 2 chairs, like 2 armchairs. And so I had like one arm there, one arm there, and I was just swinging my legs. And like my dad kept him walking past and he was going, don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself.
It had been telling us for months.
Yeah, he'd been telling us for ages. He kept on doing it. He said, don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. Don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. Got to that night and he was like, don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. And I was like, don't worry, Dad. And I remember vividly saying, don't worry, Dad, I'm Superman, as he walked into the kitchen. Bosh. I was like, what the fuck? That was weird. Why does my lip feel like that? And my bottom teeth were like through my lip, and my lip was just like stuck like on his head. And I was like, hey, like looking around. Like I started crying. Obviously, my dad's coming out. He's like, for fuck's sake. He's like, oh fuck it. He's like to like pull my lip like off of my teeth. Like he's trying to like there's blood everywhere, and I'm like, oh!
Can you still see the scar?
Yeah, you can just strip out.
Oh shit, yeah. No, fuck me, yeah.
Yeah, bad one.
Yeah.
But
we'll upload a picture later.
Yeah. I love it. But that was fun.
And then there was
you weren't much help with that.
I was ridiculous. No, I'll get a bit.
There was like a nurse.
Like a bit of blood. I was like,
there's a nurse that lived down the road, and my dad was like, Ross, go and get Sue. And he was like, what? He like come down the stairs. And he was like looking. He was just like, he just like ran upstairs again. Dad was like, for fuck's sake.
Blood. No, that's not good for me.
Yeah. Then you chased me into the door frame.
Yeah, that was your own fault. You were being
cheeky.
It
was a patio door, like a big like.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
And then I was getting chased by him because I just wound him up. I don't know what I thought. I was just scared because he was so much.
Superman.
Yeah.
He was sort of like, I'll run through. He was sort of looking behind him as he was running away.
Yeah, he was chasing me. He was chasing me, so I was like running like and then as I turned forward, like the handle was just. Bosh. That was a cool bruise though, because it kind of went in 2. Like where the handle hit, it like bruised around the outside of that, so it had like a line down the middle of it. That's fun.
What, down the middle of your arm?
Yeah, down the middle of the fucking it was sick. I look bang it, but then I remember being really upset because that was the day I was supposed to meet my year 6 teachers, and.
I think you said this on one of the other podcasts.
Yeah, I think I did. It's really traumatic for me. Let's go back to therapy and sort of shit out. What's going on here?
Safe place.
I never brought that up. Shit. I'm going to have to hit my girl back up. Man. Yeah. And I ran into that tree outside.
Yeah, that was
a bad one.
It was like a diagonal tree out on the green outside our house.
Same sort of thing. I was looking. I think Dad was talking to me. He was like, make sure you do that. I was like, yeah. Bang!
Watch out for that tree.
Yeah, that one. That's what he was saying. I was like, what? What? Bullshit! For fuck's sake! Yeah. I had quite a few. I fell out of a tree and landed on my face.
Fucking hell.
It's almost like he was like, his head's
Just
so
top
big
heavy.
and heavy.
Yeah.
It's been this size since I was born.
Yeah.
But I've grown into it now.
Your
So
body's
like,
grown
yeah,
into
yeah.
your head.
Yeah, literally, that's what it was. I look
Yeah.
like a little medicine ball head.
Yeah.
I've got fucking sick neck muscles though. Cause I've had 26 years of pulling this bad boy around. Like, come on, let's go. Every day's neck day.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of like, and that were just the ones that I was like out cold.
I would say you're a candidate.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucked up.
CTE, I would say.
It kind of worries me because my memory is sometimes bad. I'm like, could be the weed, could be CTE, could be that I just don't give a fuck enough.
You're definitely burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah, I'm fucking going for it. Let's go. Musician, innit? 27 club. I've got like 6 months until I'm in that, so let's go.
Yeah, but you've got a year to die as well.
Yeah, so I've got years to die, but I've got to get famous first, or it's not as cool.
Yeah.
It's not as good if I just die at 27. I've got to be
people grieving.
Unless you die and like Mount Everest with
you
green
two
boots
and
on or something.
a couple other random people off the street.
Yeah. Oh, I won't grieve.
No, that's fair enough. I don't blame you.
If
We've already spoken about that. Yeah. Don't blame you.
So how long you got? 3 years to
Well, I've got
shotgun and
6. Yeah, that's it, pretty much. Yeah,
set
6.
the rope up and
6
Yeah, how
months.
good are you at the crossface?
Yeah.
The crypto crossface.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to find your own family as well?
Yeah, do you think you could do it to yourself?
Yeah, I reckon so.
I think you've got quite a big neck, haven't you?
Yeah.
You might be alright.
I don't know. I'd be able to like reverse it.
Reverse.
Yeah, you're going to have to go shotgun.
Yeah, I'm going to have to just go full Kurt Cobain on that shit.
He didn't do it.
No, Courtney Love.
Oh, is that a fucking
Yeah,
conspiracy?
it's a conspiracy.
For someone that ain't really like into music in that deep of way as you two are.
Yeah, there's like a...
She done it.
Yeah?
Definitely.
I'm not sure
Fucking
still.
hell.
I'm not sure.
I'm convinced.
I'm still not sure. I don't know. I've kind of like watched like documentaries kind of like both sides and I'm like, I don't know.
You're on the fence.
We've
already just like discovered that you're on the fence about a lot of things.
No, I don't think she did.
No.
I'm more like that she didn't, but like it's a fun conspiracy to get involved in.
Yeah.
It's just like a fun
that
one.
was a fucking one.
Yeah, it's like a couple of like sketch films. You know, she like called a guy. Did she call? Was it her? Was it that one where she like called a guy and was like inquiring about like a hitman and stuff like that? It was like, if I wanted to make
she's
it look
also
like,
a fucking fruitcake.
I was going to say, she doesn't look like she
absolutely.
could walk and chew gum at the same time.
she's a fucking nutcase.
She looks like a fucking crackhead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he did, to be fair, he did always seem to have demons and shit, but
Yeah.
I just don't know. You don't know what headspace someone's got to be in to get to that point, do you?
Yeah, I suppose.
So,
Yeah.
Apparently, he was just a miserable cunt.
yeah.
Just
Like
all
you.
the time. Yeah, I'm not miserable. I'm happy as fuck, bro. I love life. It's great.
I'm
Sometimes.
miserable as fuck.
Yeah, no, it's shit,
I'm
isn't it?
fucking so bad.
Honestly, we sit in the van in the mornings, and like the other three, they just start. Like, oh fucking hell, this is shit. Why are we even here? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that's because-
don't drag me.
It's because
into
it's
this
like
shit.
10 to 5 and I'm sitting in fucking Strood like, what am I doing? I could do
Getting paid.
anything in this world and I'm sitting in fucking Strood before 5 o'clock in the morning waiting to drive to London
Yeah, that ain't.
to go and work
that
on
ain't
a
for me.
dusty ass fucking construction
Yeah.
site to get moaned at by a guy who doesn't even know what my job is and I'm like, just like fuck this, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So then I have a joint.
Yeah, like, I don't mind you having them thoughts in your head, but you don't need to air them.
No, I have to because otherwise it gets bad.
Yeah, but I like to stay positive.
Therapist told me to air it out. I'm not allowed to keep it in anymore.
Why don't you just put your head out the window on the way to work?
What,
Yeah.
play a lamp
Just air it out, yeah. Yeah, just there's one.
I've seen them videos like people on the fucking train and that head out of a window.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you know, like in India where they're sitting on top.
Oh. Yeah, fuck that. That's on commute, isn't it?
Fuck that.
I might see you tonight when I get to work. I might come off the fucking 42 to fucking Bangladesh or whatever. Fuck knows.
Yeah, I
That's
thought my
crazy.
fucking journey on the Northern Line was bad enough in the morning.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's
It'd be
pretty
worse
rough,
if you had to
that,
sit on
isn't
top of it cross-legged, wouldn't it? Fucking hell.
it?
Unless she was
no.
wearing like an orange t-shirt with just stop oil or something.
Yeah.
Sat on top of it.
Yeah, it's the best way to do
No,
it.
it went that one. That was It was that.
What?
It was that was sitting on top of all the tubes.
Oh, Extinction Rebellion,
That's
man.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Them fucking dopey
fucking
cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
I keep seeing the Just Stop Oil protest come past our site.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it would just be like working, you would just hear all this noise, but like, what's going on over there then? And you like look out the window and there's just
Well,
loads of
some
them just
cunts.
blocking the road off. You're like,
It's just a simulation.
Nice.
They just keep coming around the same road.
Yeah. That's
Did I
dying a death
Did
did
now,
I tell
isn't
you what I saw them doing with the bus though?
Yeah. That was
Really?
You've already said this one.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
repeat yourself.
Oh, I did. Yeah, they're cunts. They blocked the bus off. Cunt.
Yeah, they just widen themselves as the
Yeah.
bus come. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good tactic.
Yeah.
It's definitely dying a death now, though.
Yeah.
Now people started dragging them soppy cans off the street.
Yeah.
They've stopped doing it as much. You don't see it as much anymore.
No.
Well, they've got to stop now because everyone's like just paying their extra £12.50 a day, so it's clean.
Well, yeah.
So
problem solved.
It's finished, yeah.
Sorry, that fixes everything.
I still don't quite understand it. Like, let's make the clean air London there, but like you can still drive around the outside of London. What are you saying that pollution isn't going to?
Yeah, it's like some little bubble.
Yeah, and then also if we look after our pollution here, what about like China and India and everywhere else that's still burning stuff? Like, surely it doesn't just make our little bit okay.
Yeah, it's not like whatever's going to happen. Like meteor's only going to hit there, is it?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, we'll be alright on our little island.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Fuck. I don't want it just to be our little island. It's shit. Never fucking. I was really looking forward to global warming because I was like, hot summers finally.
Yeah.
Fucking what summer have we had this year?
Yeah.
Been shite. Yeah, 3 days of sun. I'm going to carry on polluting.
And every time I've been on a fucking dark site, like where they put like Corex on the window, so I can't even look out. I'm like, I can kind of like feel the sun, and then I feel like a prisoner. I'm like, to feel the sun on my skin again. Like, fuck. And then by the time I come out at home time, it's pissing it down raining. So I'm like, sick.
I fucking hate winter. You literally get up, it's dark. You go to work, it's dark. You go into site, it's dark.
It's cold.
You go to work all fucking day. You come out of work, it's fucking dark.
Yeah.
Drive home, it's dark. Oh, how depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't for me.
No.
This has got very depressing though.
Yeah, I know. We should just stop
Let's
talking
talk
about this
about
shit.
more fun shit.
Yeah.
More fun conspiracies.
Yes.
Right,
Let's go back to Chris Benoit.
Yeah, let's do something.
Chris Benoit. He was having the time of his life.
So anyway.
Eddie Guerrero.
Couldn't say the same about his kid.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero, yeah.
That
was steroids.
Yeah, definitely.
Or people are predetermined or predisposed. I mean, he probably had a heart defect or an enlarged heart anyway.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help.
I think China died. Was that drugs overdose?
Yeah, she turned up. She turned a bit fucking weird, didn't she?
Yeah.
A bit crackheady, I think.
Yeah. And that's a lot of thing with wrestlers as well. As we were saying earlier on about their schedules and that. They're often a nut on painkillers after.
They're on everything. Have you listened to like the ones on Joe Rogan, like Ric Flair?
Yeah, I went through quite a few of the Chris Jericho ones when he had a lot of his mates on.
I love
listened to them.
Yeah, I didn't really listen to any of his other ones, but I listened to like the.
I listened to them and the conspiracy ones and the sort of monstery type things.
Yeah. He loves it that way.
But yeah, that's the problem seems to be when you mix steroids with party drugs, painkillers, and
it's too much.
These guys that are smashing coke and
fucking nuts.
Yeah, you're asking for fucking up. You know what I mean?
And they're like drinking fucking loads as well, aren't they? Like
every
night and stuff.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah, like the way I see it, I've never touched any other drug.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I've never tried coke.
Yeah,
I've never even tried weed.
Yeah.
This is the closest I've been to weed. Never even tried a real fag. Do you know what I mean?
Close.
Yeah. He's breathing on
You're getting second-hand hype.
Never even tried an actual cigarette.
Really?
Yeah. So the way I saw it was that my liver or heart could probably do. I've only just taken the wrapper off of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If I fucking have a heart attack, it was probably because I was going to have a heart attack.
Anyway,
just because I would just naturally be a big human being.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I'd never. Like I said, when I was running and tiny, I was still the biggest guy there. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if anything's going to happen to me, it would probably be heart related.
Yeah.
Because I think my old man's thing was heart related. And obviously he'd been on gear as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember seeing him getting jabbed at a gym, and when I was like a teenager, like or when I was a young kid, they used to send me down to the co-op for fucking milk for protein shakes and things like that. And I remember seeing him being injected. Yeah. And I think it was heart related that done him in the end. But he had heart problems anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
He had an enlarged
heart. That is the other thing, obviously, for wrestlers. They are all big dudes as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, it's the same thing with dogs.
Yeah.
Big breeds don't last as long as little breeds. It's just the fucking way it is, mate.
Yeah.
Like, if me at 20 stone, whether I smoke or whatever, or do gear, probably won't live as long as you.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
if you wanted to do gear and things like that, it's just the fucking.
Oh, I'm going to live to like 120. I know I am.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I want to get old.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck. It's not going to be fun, is it?
Yeah, I definitely want to die before I get old.
And that was another big thing. Coming back to the old man, seeing him like slowly fucking wither away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where he'd gone into hospital and was there for a little while, and obviously he hadn't trained in fucking years. Do you know what I mean?
He's always like quite well built. Like whenever like I met him,
well,
I was
he didn't even join a gym until he was 50.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah, like my old man was a fucking lump in the end. Yeah. He had like a lot bigger arms than I'll ever have. Was never interested in strength. It was literally just like bodybuilding, sort of Arnie and things like that. But then to see him go the other way, I remember saying to my missus at the time, who was now the ex, I was like, I do not want Rain, like my daughter, I do not want her seeing me like that.
Yeah.
Because I walked into the hospital one day and I thought, what the fuck is this? Like, who's this? And I think maybe that helped, because I think maybe I'd lost him.
You like disconnected yourself
a month before, because I said to her on the way home, I said, he ain't fucking leaving here.
Yeah.
Because it was like a fucking skeleton laying there. Do you know what I mean? That weren't the bloke who I'd grown up fucking idolising.
Yeah.
He'd like withered away to fuck all. And I said to her then, like, I think I would rather have a heart attack.
Yeah, so you just
and just fucking
go one day and gone
rather than get something
and then like
get really fucking old.
Yeah.
And have Rain like need to come over and fucking Dad's falling over again, or I fucking don't want all that.
Yeah.
Like, if this makes me have a heart attack at 50, fucking
just go for it.
Or if it takes 10 years off my life, I would rather die at 70 than 80.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one wants to die at 30. Do you know what I mean? But if you can hedge them bets, and someone said, "Oh, take this and you'll be huge," but it'll take 10 years off your life.
Well,
as long as that was the 70 to 80,
yeah, exactly.
You'd fucking do it, mate. I think
100%.
Because that was that was shit.
Especially when your body, you can't walk and you can't fucking do this and you can't.
Yeah, it just seemed like one thing after another as well. It was like.
Well, especially once one thing goes.
Yeah, it was like his hip, and then because of that, he then fell over, or he fell over and that done the hip, but because of the hip, then the knee got bad, and because of the knee got bad, he couldn't then fucking walk about.
Yeah, so when everything else started falling apart,
Yeah, it was like, you could look and think, his body is getting ready to fucking die almost. Like, so it's easier to fucking move. It was like a weird sort of evolution thing or something. I remember thinking, fucking hell, he's like, you could see him getting ready to fucking...
That's mad. I've never really thought about that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that changed me. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought, I don't really want to not live too long. That's the wrong way of saying it.
But I know what you mean. Yeah.
But I do not want Rain.
I don't want to get to that point.
Seeing this little fucking fragile old man. Do you know what I mean? I would rather.
And laughing at your fucking ball cramps.
Yeah. Oh, that's that like, fucking gooch cramp again. Like, needed fucking 10 blokes to carry the coffin in, and it was like a grand piano box, because like, no coffin was big enough or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Rather than a fucking shoebox, and like, she carried it in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mad old game, mate.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Never thought about it like that before.
Yeah, no, it's a weird way of looking at it.
I never had.
No.
I never had, because it was just. Do you know what I mean? Like, the bloke was my fucking hero.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was almost like you said, like, you remember the first time you saw your dad cry.
Yeah.
Them sort of things, even though there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but it was like...
They fucking rightly or wrongly. I remember the first time I thought, I could have my old man here.
Yeah.
Like, I was, not that we ever rowed like that.
Yeah.
But when I'd been doing MMA for a while, was a doorman, and I remember thinking one day, fucking hell, I could turn my old man over if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And it was a weird fucking feeling, because you spend so long with that person being Superman.
Yeah. And then it's like
the day when you realise you could bend your dad over if you wanted to. Yeah. Like, just, what the fuck are you going to do about it?
You got that Kevin Bridges sketch. He's like, you grow up idolising your old man, and then you grow up and you realise your dad's a cunt. I love you, Dad. You're my cunt.
yeah. Or you grow up and think, fucking hell, I understand now why he was fucking miserable all the time. Like, you end up being a copy of your fucking old man. Like, all the things that used to piss him off, and I used to think, fucking hell, Dad.
Yeah, why is that?
I'm now like, shut the fuck up, Rain. Like, don't jump so loud. Like, fucking sit down.
Yeah, 100% get that. I'm already saying stuff that my dad was saying. I was like, fuck, that used to annoy the shit out of me. And I say it to him.
Yeah, but it annoys you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking
Life's
crazy,
fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, and you literally never know what's fucking coming.
No, exactly.
So I think you're here for a fucking good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to be.
Yeah, well, that's the... I really don't think it's up to you whether it's a long time or not, mate.
No. You can do it.
Time's up.
You see, like the amount of people that have done everything right, like you said, never smoked, never drank, eat healthy all the time, exercise regularly, everything they were supposed to do, and they'll die at 45. Just fuck it, just do whatever you want to do.
Little cunts like fucking kids, that fucking get stuff.
And you're just like,
what the fuck?
Who fucking knows? Yeah.
And then you got some old fucking nonce who's smoked and drank his whole life, living to fucking 80 or 90.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy
fuck
shit.
me, like, if you want to smoke weed, fucking do it. You want to smash coke, fucking, it's up to you.
Yeah, so fucking, you're an adult, just do what you want.
Put gear in your ass to get you a bit fucking bigger or veinier to win a plastic trophy.
Fucking
Fuck
great,
it.
crack
Do you know what
on.
I mean? I ain't fucking bothered.
Be who you want to fucking be. And never stop speaking your fucking truths either.
Yeah.
Stay free, motherfuckers.
Are you calling it there?
I don't know. No, I was
That sounded like you were
no,
calling it.
sorry.
Sounded like you was wrapping it up. You're like,
Looking
at the time. You're like, I was like, that was a good little ending. Like, alright, cool.